Africans, all of you Africans that know how to do things, that's working for other people, y'all need to open your own business. Save your money, quit paying motherfuckers for Jerry curls, quit paying motherfuckers for perms, save your money, start your own business. All these young Africans will have places to work. This is our music right here. This is our music right here.
The new generation is born.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I have to die today for this little African right here to have a future, I'm a dead motherfucker. Right.
Yo, let's get it. Let's get it. We got 25 people in the chat, man. Hoping y'all gonna enjoy this show tonight, man, because recently, recently, Mr. JJ7000 made a visit over there to Killer Priest channel. And one of the things I was saying to myself was, that can't be good. And if you guys were there Friday night over there at the Pseudo Killers, you guys would have seen when the Killer Priest came up there, gave a shout out to everybody, very cordial. And he said that JJ7000 would be there, or Jeremiah Judah. So, you know, he said, "What up, Chris Harris?" I said, "What's good with you, brother? How you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Big fan of his. I'm a big fan of Killer Priest. You guys see, I play his material on my channel. I have a playlist dedicated to Killer Priest. I've been listening to the brother since Heavy Mental, right? Cognac. So just listening to the brother, you know, very cordial brother. He said that JJ was going to be there, and I said, that ain't going to be good. Can't be good. Nothing good going to come out of that. And it started off okay. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, guys, the argumentation started out okay. I was not really agreeing with JJ7000's methodology, but I guess, hey, he had an argument and he wanted to put it out there. So he puts the argument out there, and I'm not understanding his method. I'm not understanding how he's sourcing these materials. I'm not understanding it. And, you know, we're going to take a look today at everything that happened over there today. We're going to take a look at this clash or this crash out that ended up happening, because it's the same thing that happens all the time. We're going to look at a little bit of the shoehorning fallacies that he was doing, because I can understand the argument of material science, but I don't think he understands it in a proper context. Material science and ancients practicing material science. Now, when you are arguing and you are putting together a debate, the first thing you have to do is respect the platform, respect the people listening to you. You want to grab their attention. You want to grab their attention the right way by showing that you have a synthesis of the information. You understand both sides of the argument, just not one side. Because if you're only producing one side, the minute somebody comes to question you about why are you looking at it this way, you're gonna get frustrated. Because you're only feeling like that, hey, nope, this is what I read, this is right, and nothing could go against this. That's not how things go. So you guys are going to see a crash out happen. You guys are going to see why it happened. And you're going to understand why I will never debate this guy. I'm not interested in debating this guy. And you're going to see the element of a crash out, also known as Bobby Brown Jaw Scholarship. Y'all know what I like to say. You see, the best lies tell 99% of the truth. Now, understand the material science here. I pulled a little argument up, and I just want to read this out. I want to read this, and maybe people agree, maybe people don't agree. That's why we have the arguments, right? And this is from the Harvard Gazette, right? As you guys can see. And this is, even without math, ancients engineered sophisticated machines. Now, somebody might see that. See, they produce machinery. Look, that's science. That's not how you have a conversation. Right? And it says, moreover, Archimedes, a researcher at Howard University, is finding that ancient Greek craftsmen were able to engineer sophisticated machines without necessarily understanding the mathematical theory behind their construction. Interesting. This is already interesting here, right? Now, since we're dealing with antiquity, I did not just choose to represent ancient Egypt. Yes, I did not choose to represent ancient Egypt today. I chose to move a little bit forward because, as you can see, Greece was a more evolved society. It just was, historically. I'm not saying that Egypt wasn't, but Greece, by the time Greece came around, they were in an Iron Age, and they had different sources of technology available to them. All right, this is not me trying to slight Africa. I don't have to do that because Africa stands where it stands at today. All right, so I'm just forwarding this conversation a little bit here. Now let's read this here. All right, recent analysis of technical treaties and literary sources dating back to the 5th century BCE reveals that technology flourished among practitioners with limited theoretical knowledge. Boom! Y'all already hear it. Limited theoretical knowledge. They weren't scientific. Y'all see that? Limited theoretical knowledge. Quote, craftsmen had their own kind of knowledge that didn't have to be based on theory, explains Mark Shafetsky, professor of the classics in Harvard's Faculty of Arts and Sciences. Quote, they didn't all go to Plato's Academy to learn geometry, and yet they were able to construct precisely calibrated devices. Interesting. Let's continue. The balance used to measure weight throughout the ancient world best illustrates Shafetsky's findings on the distinction between theoretical and practitioner's knowledge. Working with a group led by Jürgen Wren, director of Max Planck Institute for the History of Science in Berlin, Shafetsky has found that the steelyard, a balance with unequal arms, was in use as early as the 4th and 5th centuries BCE. Before Archimedes, I hope I'm saying that name correctly, and other thinkers of the Hellenistic era gave a mathematical demonstration of its theoretical foundations. Math is not science. I'm sorry, guys. Math is not science, albeit math can be used in scientific equations. But math is just abstract thinking. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. And we want to get into science and scientific pretty soon here, because I think this is important here. Now, people assume that Archimedes was the first to use the steelyard because they suppose you can't create one without knowing the law of the lever. In fact, you can, and people did. Craftsmen had their own set of rules for making the scale and calibrating the device, quote, end quote, says Shafetsky. Practical needs, as well as trial and error, led to the development of technologies such as the steelyard. They weren't using scientific theory. Scientific theory, you're going to get it right a lot quicker than trial and error. If someone brings a 100-pound slab of meat to the agora, how do you weigh it? Shafetsky asked. It would be nice to have a 10-pound counterweight instead of a 100-pound counterweight, but do you so need to change the balance point and ostensibly understand the principle of the proportionality between the weight and distance from the fulcrum? Yet these craftsmen were able to use and calibrate these devices without understanding the law of the lever, quote, end quote. Craftsmen learned to improve these machines through productive use over the course of their careers, Shafetsky says. With the rise of mathematical knowledge in the Hellenistic era, theory came to exert a greater influence on the development of ancient technologies. The catapult, developed in the 3rd century BCE, provides evidence of the ways in which engineering became systemized. With the help of literary sources and data from archaeological excavations, quote, we can actually trace when the ancients started to use mathematical methods to construct the catapult, notes Shafetsky. Quote, the machines were built and calibrated precisely. Alexandrian kings developed and patronized an active research program to further refine the catapult. Through experimentation and the application of mathematical methods, such as those developed by Archimedes, craftsmen were able to construct highly powerful machines. Twisted animal sinews helped to increase the power of the launching arm, which could hurl stones weighing 50 pounds or more. The catapult had a large impact on the politics of the ancient world. You could suddenly attack a city that had previously been impenetrable, Shafetsky explains. These machines changed the course of history. Now, according to Shafetsky, the interplay between theoretical knowledge and practical know-how is crucial to the history of Western science. It's important to explore what the craftsmen did and didn't know, Shafetsky says, so that we can better understand how their work fits into the arc of scientific development. Shafetsky's research is funded by the National Science Foundation and the Max Planck Institute for the History of Science in Berlin. Okay, so why did I read this article? I read this article to show people that they weren't using scientific theory in developing weights, scales, and measures. They were doing it through trial and error. And these were just regular people trying to use what could work for them in order to make things work, in order to make it more sustainable and usable for their practical uses. This is the same thing you see with hunter-gatherers. Hunter-gatherers were not being scientific. Hunter-gatherers were using and developing technology that was useful for them. They were not developing these technologies based on scientific theory. It had not developed yet. See, what we're getting mixed up is the science of knowledge and scientific. Scientific requires a theory when you're being scientific. Just because you see the word material science does not mean that material science is scientific. Albeit, material science is now an interdisciplinary study today, based on what? The mixing of chemicals, metallurgy, the different compounds that's used to make certain and more stronger fibers within our metal. But also, it could also explain material science in antiquity, not with scientific theory, not with scientific research, but just the knowledge of what ore is. Melting down ore. Using what they had available to them. This is why the example of the catapult was used. They developed new technology. This is important because when you say material science, which is an interdisciplinary study today, and you see a writer writing about material science of antiquity, they are not the same. That is shoehorning. The word science also means knowledge. People during the Bronze Age were not being scientific. It was not based on the scientific method. It was based on what can work for them at that time. That is a development of technology. Like, no one will sit up there and say that a stone hammer is scientific. That's just the development of technology during the Stone Age. Or different stone edge tools. Clovis technology. That's not scientific. It's not trial and error. It's just simply, how can we make this stronger? There's no theory behind it. It's what can we use to help us survive? Now, I would agree with JJ 7000 on some of the points that he read, especially as it pertains to scientific definition. But shoehorning scientific definitions onto ancients is actually incorrect. Because what you're doing is you're trying to fit a modern framework upon an ancient people that did not work within that framework. Shout out to all 57 people tuning in. Share the video, hit the like button, let everybody know that I am live. Shout out to Gullah Gibre, Cedric Ortega, Saran Lata. Let me see who else is up in here. Eric Graham, Chi-Town, Brother Rob. How you doing, Brother Rob? Nana Asadu Kukabo is in the building. Shout out to everybody. Everybody tuning in, guys. Thank you. Tweezer Lamar. Everybody's in the building, man. 58 people. Let's get it up. Let's get 58 likes on here. Help my algorithm again. So what many people are doing is they're not understanding how science has evolved. We want to shoehorn definitions onto an ancient people, and we want to play this bandwagon game of getting mad at the person for disagreeing with you. Most ancients did not use a scientific method. They don't understand scientific inquiry yet. That is not a study. Many of the ancients were still using philosophical methodology. The gods gave it to us. We're going to guess our way through this. That's philosophical. Scientific inquiry is totally different. It's based on empirical evidence. How can we make this the right way every single time instead of wasting time? Increasing production. Remember George Washington Carver? He studied the plant. This is why it's called a plant. When you work in a plant, he studied the plant and he saw how it operated. And he took the operation of a plant and created what you now guys see in most manufacturing facilities, especially at somewhere like GM, Chrysler. That's why they call it a plant. You guys didn't know that because most people don't study. Go study Galileo, how the church institution condemned him because he no longer wanted to philosophically believe in something without empirical data. Empiricism changes everything. What can be proven versus what cannot be proven. It is game over. No need to argue any goddamn more. And the arguments are getting ignorant at this point. See, easy for me because I actually read it before I start asking for a debate. I actually go study it. I'll actually go read some articles. Let me find a simple article that can sit up there and show everybody what it is everybody's talking about. Simple. Easy work. Now, I'm not here to talk about the brother, but I do think he's hilarious. I think Ankh is hilarious. I think it's hilarious too. But you guys are going to see where he messes up. And we're going to have a good time watching it. Remember, guys, he say it, I play it. And if you don't want to get talked about, improve your scholarship. With that being said, I'm not wrong about nothing I just said. Nor did I state. You cannot shoehorn definitions. You cannot shoehorn practices. This is not a no true Scotsman argument. The scientific theory, or excuse me, the scientific method did not even exist yet because they were still dealing with a philosophical method. Simple. Am I saying that they would not have developed into a scientific civilization? No, I'm not saying that at all. But had they used their technological advances and put it into their military to guard them from invaders from the east, we don't know where that civilization could have been. We really don't know. But the pharaohs wanted to construct towers and images of themselves and continue to construct temples. See where a philosophical method to get you in? Let's worship the gods. Let's praise the gods. Let's hire Nubians for our military and not advance our own military. Had they been studying empirically, they would have understood that. Empirical data destroys all that shit. Hey man, all our enemies coming from the east. Yeah, we got garrisons set up over there, but maybe we need to invest this money that we use, and instead of building these temples, and start investing in our army here. See, now we talking. See, this is why nobody steps on the United States. Ain't nobody coming over here. See, we enjoy this over here, going live on YouTube and everything else. United States got the best scientists in the world working for that military. Hey, how can we strengthen this armor? Hey, how can we make this jet faster? Hey, how can we make these soldiers safer out there on the battlefield? Hey, how can we make that bomber undetectable? How can we make them destroyers in the ocean better? Hey, how can we make our subs dive deeper? That's scientific. You see? So understand the difference between the physical method and the naturalistic method. One is based on empirical data, the other is not. So shout out to everybody tuning in. Minty Hotep is in the building. Shout out to you, sis. Welcome. Long time no hear, no see. Welcome back to the platform. Minty Hotep. I was wondering where they got their talking points from. The Fight Doctor is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So let's get into this beautiful bean footage. Let's get into this beautiful bean footage. And I give to you this guy, JJ 7000. We gonna have a good time tonight. Then I'm gonna open up the panel. Let's get him on in here. Let's share. Like the video, guys. We live. Let's have a good time. I don't remember him ever debating Jabari and winning. I don't remember it at all. I don't remember it at all. I just don't remember him debating Saba Jabari. I just I don't remember it. Let me get this back up. Let me get this up, man. I don't remember it. Well, I mean, if he's saying he gave it to the Europeans, the first thing you guys are going to find out, he's on here talking about Mayans and Babylonians. What are we doing there? I mean, why not just stay in Egypt? You know, just stay on Egypt, stay in Nubia. You know what I'm saying? Go to Nox civilization. Right? So you guys are going to hear a lot of gish galloping. You guys are going to hear this thing. You guys hear this thing. I like to say gish galloping a lot. Right? A lot of filibustering. Let's get this in. Guys, my bad, guys. No sound on the video. That is my fault. Let me get it back up. Share screen, share tab audio, bang, and boom. All right. Let's get it back up.
Wasn't none of these cats years ago. They was blacker than black and all that. They was calling me pseudo.
Yeah.
But now
Okay.
today, every other word that comes out their mouth is
All right.
Right. This been going on.
Methodological naturalism. That's the only way that we can deal with science. That is not true. So what I like to do is maybe go ahead and share my screen and get into my opening. Hopefully Unc will be here.
Yeah, I wanted to make that announcement that Uncle said he's going to be showing up. You know what I mean? Showing up and showing out. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. You see, hey, Killer Priest, what he doing? He did this the very first time him and I met up in the ring. You know, what he's doing right now, he's scouting in the bushes.
Now, I want you guys to remember, he said he wanted Ankh here. Notice how friendly he is right now. I want you guys to remember this, please. Hey, walk with me today to about 10:30. Let's have a good time. Remember, hopefully Ankh come today. We're going to see the meltdown in a minute.
He's scouting in the bushes so he can kind of get a feel for what I'm going to bring out. Then he going to come on. I let him do that, but whatever. There's nothing that you can do to stop this truth right here. So let me share my screen and get into my opening.
Well, let me say this real quick, JJ.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Share. Go ahead, family.
Yeah. What they do, fellas, is they will take the truth, and when they can't defeat, what they say, when you can't beat it, you join it. So they take the truth and join it to their BS, right? So, you know, I made them say, I'm the one who got these guys, you know, regurgitate my information, talk about science can't speak in absolutes. You know, I said that 2 years ago, and now they regurgitate it every day. Science can't speak in absolutes. I said science can't speak in absolutes because a new find like naphtha playa could change everything tomorrow.
That's right.
Huh? Right. And I know y'all understand. Y'all smart brothers. Y'all understand
exactly
what I'm saying. And then here comes Cedric. Cedric took it over there to Unc and them. They start regurgitating it. Yeah. You know, I think even my name, Indigenous. What none of these.
Now, this Indigenous black man, dude, I ain't never seen him come up on the panels, and already he's strawmanning everybody.
And then you got 3 years ago, they was blacker than black and all that. They was calling me pseudo, but now today every other word that comes out their mouth is Indigenous.
All right.
I mean, this been going on for years with me. That's why they won't even step in the ring with me. They won't even approach me because they know I'm more embarrassing.
That's right. You got to listen. The host was trying to talk. Go, Killer.
Yeah. Could you please explain or let the audience know and us, you know, who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Like I say, you talking about Indigenous or me?
Indigenous, and we're gonna get to you too, Mandika.
Yeah, go ahead, Indigenous.
Just get everybody familiar because you're saying that people are lying on you and jumping on you. We need a story.
Go ahead, Indigenous.
Yeah, I've been in the community about 8 years, family. I've been present. You know, I've only had, you know, because you see that I'm on the phone. You know, I have problems with technology. I don't have a cell phone because I mean, for one thing, they give cancer, and another thing, they're tracking devices. You know, and like I said, you know, this
cell phones give cancer. Didn't know that. And their tracking devices, didn't know that. So we know this dude is conspiracy laden.
It's just something that I've been doing for years. I started off with Garfield and them over there. I beat them up on the Dogon tribe. I beat them up on, the term Kush, because the term Kush, it was given by a Egyptian ruler with the Kush with the K. So Solstice one. But yeah, I beat them up on quite a few things, and they kicked me off.
So you use his Greek name?
I went over with Ron, Unbiased Sports. And I did a couple presentations over there, and then I ran into Apostle, and me and Apostle, I did a couple presentations on Apostle show, and then from Apostle I went over here with JJ 7000, Mandinker Miley, and I've been here, ever since. But that's the 8 years that I've been around presenting and beating these guys' lies up so bad that I got them regurgitating my information. You know, like I said, the cognitive dissonance, Indigenous, talking about Mendel, all of that came from me. And he'll take that and add it to his lie. And I just, just a couple years ago, I put this stuff out. And then, these guys, when I was putting it out, they were calling me pseudo.
Right.
You can ask Sinetta and all of them. They'll tell you.
Okay.
I've done presentations on Sinetta's too.
Right.
So,
I mean,
and he said, "Oh, y'all stealing his information. I know y'all. All right, I know where the information is coming from when I'm hearing it. Yeah, he let them know too. So, you know, I've just been a guy on.
Okay,
first I started off in the chat, right? Then I got to go on the channel and talk, and then I started lighting them up, and they kicked me off, you know, and then you know, I would move on to the next platform. But this is where we at today, and I've been around for, like I said, about 8-9 years now. So,
all right. Now, for those who don't know me, like I said, my name is JJ7000. That's one of my epithets. But I used to be a Hebrew Israelite for 11 years, and I kind of, you know.
This nigga just say that's one of his epithets. That's one of my epithets. That nigga's religious as shit. Not one of my nicknames. That's one of my epithets. This nigga think that highly of himself. Epithets.
Fell back from that because I don't want to be labeled in a box. You know, so I'm a free thinker and a truth seeker now. So now you can't just say, "Oh, well, you're a Hebrew Israelite." A lot of people who hear that you're Hebrew Israelite, they don't take them serious because of these camps. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I started a debate league. You know, I've been around for about 10, 11 years. Lions Den Debate League. We build groups. My partner, me, and Sister Karima. We got a bunch of groups on Facebook. They got 20,000, 18, 20,000 in about 5 or 6 of the groups. But my main thing is, like I said, I actually started off going on Garfield's panel, and they would always try to, you know, kick me out, put me in the back. And then I went on Unc panel, Sarnetta, crossed the line. I'm like a road warrior. You know, I'm not scared to come on your panel and debate you.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't debate it Polite. I didn't debate it Tazariak, Black Jesus, Judah Nash.
Damn.
I mean, the list is pretty strenuous.
Jabari.
Beat Jabari up to Hootie.
Debated,
I mean, debated to Hootie. And, you know, some of the heavy hitters that's in the community that a lot of y'all look up to.
Right. The last time, yeah. But I know we on a. I know we got a last time he was here, Tahuti was here at the same time. So if AD don't remember, and y'all exchange a little bit of friendly fire, a little bit of snake hissing. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Well, today.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I ain't trying to watch Kill Bill. My bad. Jesus Christ.
Not reality. But what it does mean is that this stretch might have been a blessing in disguise.
Oh boy.
Because the Pistons learned how to function without...
My bad, guys. My bad. Y'all know what's up with them Pistons. My bad, guys. My bad. All right, here we go. My bad about that, guys.
Hey, today, you want to get into indigenous, ancient people, the ancient cultures making science, starting science, and you're saying your claim is that Unc West, very intelligent, is saying that he's giving it to someone else. That's what you're saying.
He's giving it to the modern Europeans. You know, Air Apostle and all these, you know, Europeans. Basically, he's disregarding the Mayans. He's disregarding the Babylonians, the Kemetic.
Mayans like that. Mayans.
I mean, he's just wiping them out. He's saying that they don't understand basically how to test things.
Right.
So let me just get into my open.
All right, get into it.
Real quick, do you?
They don't. They did not have a scientific method. They did not operate within the frameworks of scientific theory. You would have to prove that in what you guys are going to see with his methodology is you guys are going to see that it sucks. Already we're working at a negative here. He's working from a false premise.
You need to have this up and sharing on screen, the small text.
Well, I got to read it. So that's the only way I can read it. You know, I could blow it up.
Okay,
you know,
I'm just going to
blow it up, but
I wasn't sure if you needed to have it shared to the world.
Yeah. They just I had to read it because I couldn't put together a PowerPoint today because my
Okay.
the PowerPoint is messing up. But
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about a lot of people who aren't really very good at debating. They don't even know how to put together a PowerPoint. So what he's doing, guys, just to hip you on this, is he's presenting his information from his Gmail account. Holy shit. That's crazy.
yeah, I had to read this. Y'all would just
Well, let me get the audience ready. Let me get the audience ready. Get ready, y'all. Yeah. Let me get y'all ready. Let's get our seatbelts. You know what I'm saying? Let's get our mind ready and right. Get your pads and your pens out. And let's take down some information, which the brother's about to take us to, and let's see where we go. All right, there we go.
So, like I say, Killer Priest and AD. Once again, like I say, these guys been around the community for a while, and they come from a different point of view. They come from a Eurocentric, scientific racism type of point of view. When they're talking about we come from monkeys, and they're putting down Ivan Van Sertima and Renuku Rashidi, all of the black scholars. This is the type of environment that the pseudo
bandwagon fallacy. He's trying to use buzzwords to get the audience against Ankh and the pseudo Ankh and the pseudo killers. Bandwagon fallacy, appeal to emotion. Right? They don't teach that. As a matter of fact, Renuku Rashidi's work is always mentioned in the back chats where we're at. Ivan Van Sertima got a lot wrong in his text. He admitted to getting a lot wrong, and that it needs to be revised. Let's keep going.
Killers put out to the community. Now, this is not no personal attack. It's just business.
Yeah.
So,
keep it respectable.
But he makes a personal attack.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
So you can't get mad now because you're already throwing shots.
Right, because
I ain't gonna hurt your feelings. I'm gonna deal with the information.
Yeah, go ahead. All right.
So, like I said, from the Egyptians to the Mayans. Oh, let me tell you this. So his point is that there's no such thing as the ancients dealing with science because they don't deal with methodological naturalism. So I'm gonna touch on that.
Right.
And they didn't need methodological naturalism to build pyramids, to deal with gunpowder, to deal.
Did he just say gunpowder? Did this nigga just say gunpowder? Let's go back.
I'm just like, I wasn't sure if you needed to have it shared to the world.
Yeah. They just I had to read it because I couldn't put together a PowerPoint today because my
okay.
The PowerPoint is messing up. But I had to read this.
Okay.
Y'all would just
let me get the audience ready. Let me get the audience ready. Get ready, y'all. Yeah. Let me get y'all ready. Let's get our seatbelts. You know what I'm saying? Let's get our mind ready and right. Get your pads and your pens out. And let's take down some information, which the brother's about to take us to, and let's see where we go. All right, there we go.
So, like I say, Killer Priest and AD. Once again, like I say, these guys been around the community for a while, and they come from a different point of view. They come from a Eurocentric, scientific racism type of point of view. When they
Priest down there laughing at him.
They're talking about we come from monkeys, and they're putting down Ivan Van Sertima and Renuku Rashidi, all of the black scholars. This is the type of environment that the pseudo killers put out to the community. Now, this is not no personal attack. This is just business.
Yeah. Keep it respectable though. You know what I'm saying? All right. Because I ain't gonna
hurt your feelings. I'm gonna deal with the information.
Ain't even get into the info.
So, like I said, from the Egyptians to the Mayans. Oh, let me tell you this. So his point is that there's no such thing as the ancients dealing with science because they don't deal with methodological naturalism. So I'm gonna touch on that.
Right.
And they didn't need methodological naturalism to build pyramids, to deal with gunpowder.
Gunpowder? Guns were being invented during what, the 3rd millennium BCE? Negro, is you crazy? So already we off to a bad start 11 minutes into the argument. Gunpowder? You a whole nut job now. This nigga said gunpowder. I know I ain't crazy. Gunpowder? They was working with guns? Not to mention, you said, and I'm saying that Egyptians didn't work with methodological naturalism. It's okay. They didn't have to use methodological naturalism. What? What?
To deal with papyrus, to create paper, irrigation, and things of that nature. So, as a matter of fact, the modern scientists are falling back on the ancient scientists to understand and build off their information. Mathematics.
No, they're not. No, they're not. We ain't using catapults no more. We ain't looking at their irrigation systems trying to dig ravines and shit like that. We don't do that stuff anymore. Nigga, you made that shit up. You making it up as we go. No sources, just making it up. Gunpowder.
Chemistry, geology, all of that. So I'm gonna bring all that out. I was hoping they use practical observation, so they didn't need methodological.
Then why are you mad? Why would you get upset and say Unc and them said that Egyptians didn't use it and then agree with them, dumb? See, there's an art to listening. You lost already. You're done.
What do they call it? Methodological observations, whatever they call it.
So
from the naturalism. Thank you, Indigenous. So from the Egyptians to the Mayans, ancient cultures had a grasp on astronomy, mathematics, engineering, medicine, metallurgy that would put modern society to shame. Okay. So let's take a journey through the age.
No, not at all. Once again, you made that shit up. Medicine is not a science. Medicine is not a science. Medicine is a applied science. Medicine goes through clinical trial. Medicine can fail. Math is not a science. Math is abstract thought. Math is not scientific, albeit math can be used in a scientific equation. So at least understand what science is, or something scientific, the scientific method is, or a scientific process before you go making a fool of yourself. I will sit right here and say emphatically, math is not science. None of the shit you mentioned is scientific so far.
And explore scientific achievements of some of the most influential ancient cultures. See, this is what they want to take that away. We're not going to let them do it.
A lot of buzz.
You see what I'm saying? So the ancient Egyptians, for example, built pyramids that aligned with the stars and understood that concept of pi thousands of years before it was discovered by other cultures. Their knowledge of mathematics and astronomy allowed them to create sophisticated irrigation systems to track celestial events with eerie accuracy. See what I'm saying? But they want to take this away from them. We're not going to let them do it, man. They use practical, like I said, observation to develop their understanding of the natural world without relying on Cedric and Unc, methodological naturalism. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's what we were saying. That's what we said. That's what Cedric said. That's what Unc said. That's what Gullah said. That's what Juju said. That's what everybody on this team has been saying, and now you have agreed with them. So the basis of your entire presentation follows our logic. You just gave yourself a death blow. I don't think Unc saw this. That's why I wanted to go over this and not get at Captain Tazariak. I'm going to give him a break for a little bit. You just daggered yourself. That's exactly why I said, go to the beginning, Chris. Let everybody see. He agreed with Ankh. You agreed with Cedric. You agreed with Sosa. You agreed with Juju. You daggered yourself. So we know the antithesis of this entire argument is now following the logic that they've been saying this entire time. See, Ankh said something I enjoyed. Nigga, stop trying to out-Google me.
So, one of the most impressive examples of Egyptian engineering is the Great Pyramid of Giza, which aligned almost perfectly with 4 cardinal directions. The pyramid base is a near perfect square, and its sides are aligned with the...
Okay, before we even get started, guys, masonry is not a science. It's not a science in the modern sense or academic sense. It does not use the scientific method. It does not test the physical hypothesis. It's not.
Stars. That's the Orion constellation. The Egyptians developed a sophisticated system of mathematics, which allows them to calculate the area of triangles and circles with remarkable accuracy. See what I'm saying? So they want to take that away from them? That is science. The Bible.
No, it's not. You could have pulled that up. Math is not science.
Babylonians too made significant contributions to astronomy, tracking planetary movements. What's wrong with you, Monk? Movements and predicting eclipse with remarkable precision. Precision. You see, they developed the sexagenesimal, I can't even pronounce this one, y'all.
Lord have mercy.
Sexagesimal base 60 number system, which we use today for measuring time, for time and angles. Their understanding of mathematics and astronomy was rooted in practical observation. I don't know why you want to throw practical observation out the door and just want to deal with methodological naturalism. That's something new. They didn't need that, Cedric and Unc, allowing them to make accurate predictions.
Nigga, what? You said why you want to throw philosophical naturalism out the window? They didn't have methodological naturalism. Nigga, you just agreed with it. You throwing it out the window. They developed those things philosophically through abstract thoughts and observation.
Think about celestial events. Okay? So the Mayans, here go some more people. The Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas were masters of astronomy, tracking planetary movements and predicting eclipse with stunning precision. They used practical observation to develop sophisticated calendars and understanding the movements of celestial bodies. Their knowledge, see, remember, science is knowledge. Their knowledge of mathematics and engineering allowed them to build cities and intricate road networks. See what I'm saying? Let's keep going. The Mayans, for example, developed a sophisticated calendar that they track the solar year with remarkable accuracy. They also build complex structures such as the Temple of the Sun.
Guys, let me show you something real quick. Okay? Let me show you guys something real quick. Because many times people run to math, right? And I think that's a bit shoehorning. That's kind of shoehorning the conversation, right? Mathematics is not a science. Now, this was a paper written by Jerry Z. Liu, right? And it goes into why mathematics is not a science. Now, This is somebody who was a teacher over there at Stanford University. Since he used Stanford, I decided to just go to Stanford earlier today and pull it. I know mathematics is not a science, right? So let's just read a little bit of this real quick, and we're going to get back into this argument here. Mathematics is a language. By analogy with natural language, one may regard axioms as vocabulary, operational rules as grammar, the theorems as condensed idioms. Science aims to reveal truths about the world along with the methodologies for acquiring such knowledge. Although scientific knowledge can be expressed in natural languages, mathematics offers a more precise and concise mode of expression, and often a more powerful instrument for extending that knowledge. In essence, mathematics is not a science. Mathematical theorems are infallible, whereas scientific theories must be falsifiable. Nevertheless, mathematics serves as both a precise language for articulating scientific understanding and as a powerful instrument for uncovering equivalent sets of knowledge through abstraction and extension. In other words, 1 + 1 is always going to be 2. It's always going to be 2. Jesus Christ. You learned this stuff back in the 5th grade. Let me get it back up. He just be boomeranging himself for real.
That's an amazing building, amazing pyramid type of thing, which is aligned with movements of the sun. The Aztec. Go ahead and do
tell them how I told them they track and how they made their calendars, JJ.
Go ahead, tell them.
Sirius A. Sirius A.
Sirius A.
You hear me?
Once again, philosophy. That's how they made it. Looking at a star. That's philosophical.
You hear me? You hear me, fellas? Sirius A. Now we're talking about the Dogon now. Sirius B.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they said they came from.
Right.
Now, this is ancient science, because if they knew about that dwarf stars.
So right there, you off to another bat. I can do this all day with these two clowns. This is foolishness. Now you running around I bet you don't teach people that they came from the Sirius B. I bet you don't teach that. Cognac.
Sirius B that you can't even see with your natural eye, and they didn't really find out about until 1976 that the Dogon was telling the truth about that star Sirius B that they said that it come from.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dogon also knew about the 4 moons on Jupiter and the rings on Saturn, and knew how to track the stars and all that, and use that in their everyday life.
Right. So
astronomy, that's astronomy, and like JJ said, flying the pyramids and all that. The Egyptians used Sirius A to create their calendar, just like the Mayas and all them, because it's the brightest star in the sky. But nobody really knew about that Sirius B, where the Dogon said that they come from, until 1976. That's science. How did the Dogon have this hundreds, if not thousands, of years before modern science,
right,
which we call Western science? Let's call it Western science.
Right.
They can call it Western. We can call it African.
Right.
All right. We can take a name for ours too. Western versus African. Let's just call it that.
Well, here's the thing, man. The word science is a translation from the Latin to scientifica, and scientifica is a translation from the Arabic. And they have a special word for that.
Bring that back.
Yeah. So they see Uncle didn't want to say that these guys created science, started science, created the word science, but it was a translation. It was translated from the Arabic to the Latin to what we speak English. I'm gonna be showing you that. Okay. So they didn't even come up with the word. They didn't even come up with the scientific method.
Nigga, what?
This came from the Arabics as well. You see what I'm saying? So when you give all the credit to the Europeans, you're doing a discredit to the ancients. So like I said, the ancient Indians made a significant contribution to medicine, and then you can jump in at any time. To medicine, mathematics, metallurgy, developed advanced surgical techniques. See what I'm saying? You have to know, have to have a lot of knowledge and understanding of knowledge to advance surgical techniques and to understand the concept of zero, which revolutionized mathematics. Their understanding of the natural world was rooted in practical observation. Unc and Cedric, why do y'all keep saying that we have to have methodological naturalism? That's something new. These people didn't need.
This is where this logic is flawed at. Are you saying that ancient Native American medicinal techniques or surgical techniques are more advanced than today? I'm not really following this argument at all. I would want and would appreciate a more empirical based surgical method being placed on me. What do you mean? You keep saying practical observation. Do you even know what it means? Why did you try to give us some weird etymology instead of just sitting up there defining what science is? This is weird.
That they're allowing it to go ahead.
They said that chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
They said what else? Chemistry.
Biology.
Chemistry, using mathematics, and engineering.
It's not science. See, we both said at the same time.
It's just technology.
It's just technology.
They said, fellas. Okay. It's just technology.
So, but this is high level technology.
But in order to have technology, you need science to be able to create that said technology, right?
No, that's incorrect. You don't need science. When they were creating bow and arrows, there was no scientific theory or no scientific method being used. When they were creating stone hammers and tools during the Stone Age, there was no scientific method being used. That is a lie from the pits of hell. There was no science. They were just trying to develop something to help them cut into an animal so they can eat it. They were just trying to develop something to help them crush or dig further into the ground. That's it.
Yeah. So, like I say, let's keep going.
You're gonna prove that. You're gonna prove that, right?
Yeah. We're gonna prove it. We're gonna prove it. So you said they gotta prove it, or we gotta prove it?
Both.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do that today. So I know you got about 30 more minutes to get up in here, man. But you ain't gonna be able to, once I show you the type of science that they use, you're not gonna be able to even deal with me or Indigenous. Watch. So they develop advanced surgical techniques to understand the concept of excuse me. Oh, I lost my spot. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold up, wait a minute. Is this I gotta blow up. All right, hold up. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Of zero. I read y'all that. Okay, let's keep going. So the ancient Indians, they did, like I said, mathematics and metallurgy. These are ancient things that modern science is dealing with today. They're referring back to them. You see, the ancient Chinese, meanwhile, invented gunpowder, paper, and the compass. These are all game changers of their own right. Their understanding of astronomy and mathematics allowed them to create sophisticated counters to predict celestial events. They use practical observation. Once again, all of these people are using practical observation, but their main argument over the pseudo killers, you have to have methodological naturalism. They didn't need that.
What's that?
Yes, because practical observation by definition is not inherently scientific on its own. Yes, it deals with observation. And observation provides crucial data. But science requires the data to be systemically tested, falsifiable, and reproducible. See, you up here trying to out-Google everybody. Now, I want to fast forward just a little bit here after this statement so you guys can see what he did.
Chinese, like I said, the Olmecs made some significant contributions to astronomy, mathematics, all these ancient cultures. I'm giving you what they all understood: celestial bodies, mathematics, science. Biology, physics, chemistry. They all used this. They had a methodological process. The methodology of observation. They had that experimentation and testing. They had that. They said that's the definition of science. These people had that. Like I said, your people didn't even come up with the word science. It's translated from the Latin or from the golden age of the Islamic scientific type of demonstration that they put out. Let's go. Let's keep going. I got a lot. These cultures and many more demonstrate that science is not a modern phenomenon, but rather a timeless pursuit that's been driving human innovation for thousands of years. They use practical observation to develop their understanding of the natural world without relying on methodological nationalism. Killer Priest. That is one of their main arguments. You have to have methodological naturalism to even deal with science. That's in my centered voice. Their achievements in astronomy, mathematics, engineering, medicine, that's a science. Metallurgy are a testament to the power of the human curiosity and ingenuity. Let's keep going. So some of the sciences that we're going to be talking about is astronomy, mathematics, engineering, building complexes, structures, develop technologies like irrigation systems, medicine, understanding the human anatomy. They understood this. Pseudo killers, Juju, all of y'all. We welcome you to come on here today. We really do. These ancient cultures show us that science is not just abstract theories and concepts, but about practical observation. That's very important to Killer Priest. When we say practical observation, their methodology is
break that down.
Natural. So the practical observation is they basically they're studying. They're doing. This is their scientific methodology. On they can retest it. They can. Like I say, they
lying.
Experiment with it.
No, they can't.
All this is part of science, but they say that these people didn't do none of that. So let's keep going, man, because I got a lot.
Okay.
Let's keep going. Is there any questions in between? Go ahead. We just like it's an open panel for us because I didn't show up.
Yeah.
You hear me?
No, I saw it. I think some of the he said that some of the pseudo killers would come over. So let me say that name right. And he said he will be here in an hour or so. Maybe an hour or so. All right, so
okay, so let's
very interesting the stuff that you bringing out. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So
let me pause it. And all he had to do is just pull it. It's right there. Practical observation is a crucial foundation of science. But it's not science itself because it lacks systemic, testable, and falsifiable frameworks. It's philosophical. See, the way science is being used here is knowledge-based. That's what science really is. But he said practical observation is testifiable. It's testable. Excuse me, I said testifiable. It's not. I can observe something and I can sit up there and say it's A. Somebody else can observe something and say it's B. While the scientific method tests it and it say empirically it's A. Can we falsify it? That's what science does. It works against itself. What is this Negro talking about? And as you guys can see, look at his method. He's literally on his Gmail account, trying to have a scientific conversation. I don't know what to say after that. Here it is right here. He's literally up there on a Gmail account. His email. He done put down a bunch of definitions, copied them to him, and emailed it to him. If this ain't crazy, diabolical work. He don't even know how to put together a damn presentation on Google Slides. You can ask ChatGPT to do it for you now. He up here on his email. I don't know where this source came from. I don't see an ISBN number. I don't see any framework. I just see a bunch of sources I don't know where he got this from, and he's reading it to everybody. I used to call this source terrorism.
Let's deal with this.
Let me say something real quick, JJ.
Go ahead, Fran. Go ahead.
Look, I want y'all to know this. This is very important. All right,
Got
now
the link?
we know
All right, let's
that
get the link.
you
Let's
know
get the
that
link.
the Egyptians they revered the constellation, the Orion constellation, right? And is it a coincidence that Orion's belt lines right up with Sirius A, right? But what we're talking about is for thousands of years, Sirius has played, an outsized role in the imagination of Greeks, Persians, Hindus, Romans, Polynesians, countless others. It is the most visible, or it is visible highly. And the Dogon, Sirius B knowledge still leaves science baffled, right? So when we're talking about Sirius A, this is when JJ's talking about these calendars and how they're aligning and and following the stars and all this. They use Sirius A, one of the brightest stars in the night sky, as that guide. Like I said, the Egyptian calendar was created off of the movements of Sirius A, which you could see basically all the time in the night sky. Okay. And it's right beside Orion. Diagonally across from the Orion's belt. It's a part of the Canis constellation, and that's why it's called the Dog.
This is filibustering. None of this has anything to do with what we were all talking about. None of this has anything to do with anything. It's all a bunch of filibustering. Bunch of nothing.
But we're not gonna get too far off track. But we just gotta remember that when we're talking about calendars and things of that nature, we gotta bring in Sirius.
He's saying something to you.
And also that brings up the Dogon. Go ahead, JJ.
No, Killer Priest was saying something. Go ahead.
No, I was just just keep it on track, because when come, you can answer those questions or ask those questions right there. But just keep us on where we're going, because you're dropping some science up here. And we
So the evolution of scientific methodology, a comparative analysis of ancient traditions. The development of scientific methodology has been a gradual process spanning thousands of years in numerous cultures. What's wrong with you? Ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Mesopotamia, India, and China make significant contributions to the evolution of scientific thought. See, our opponents wants to take that away from them and give it all to the Europeans.
And what way? Fair. Yeah, real quick, I'm asking you a question. In what way?
By saying that these people didn't understand the science, they didn't have a scientific methodology to do any of this work.
No, that's not what he asked you, JJ. He said, in what way did ancient civilizations contribute to modern scientific methodologies? That's what he was asking you. And because you can only read or appeal to authority what these sources say, you didn't even understand the question. You should be able to sit up there and say, this is how ancient Egypt contributed to modern science. You can't do that because you don't really have a synthesis of the information. You just up there reading, a lot of readership. I can get up here and talk about science, practical knowledge, mathematics, practical observation, methodological naturalism, philosophical observation, philosophical naturalism, scientific method. I can get up here and talk about those things, and I'm wrong on certain things, but you can't even synthesize this information because you're just reading it word for word. That's readership, pseudoship. Because now you're reading something that says that the Egyptians practice naturalistic methodology, and you just read earlier that they did not. So you're contradicting your own source. This is how I know this ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit forced together. Source terrorism. Always talking about you want to debate. This is crazy. This is madness. What's up, Fight Doctor? How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. How you doing?
I'm great. Good to hear from you, man. Long time. Okay. Let's keep it going.
My bad. I had some noise in the background. I didn't want to,
Yeah.
interrupt the show. But yeah, it's been a minute, and appreciate you having me on, brother.
Yeah, this is crazy up here right now. Let's keep it going.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Are they saying that they had laboratories? They didn't have laboratories back then, or study it some type of way? Like,
hey, Indigenous, tell him what he's saying. Tell him what he's saying.
He don't know. He don't know. See, he brought Indigenous up there, y'all, to articulate this shit because he has no articulation, but he's always talking about he want to debate. He don't know. Killer Priest killed him on one question. Did they have laboratories? Because see, that's what you're presenting. That's what you're assessing. And he's already figured it out. Oh man, this guy really don't know. But this guy is just parroting somebody else's work. I don't know where he got these sources from because they contradict one another. It seemed like you just pressed a bunch of information together. I want to hear that again. That is funny.
Are they saying that?
And do they have a scientific methodology to do any of this work? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Are they saying that they had laboratories? They didn't have laboratories back then.
Watch this.
Study it some type of way. Like,
hey, just tell him what he's saying.
He's saying that there was no.
What are you sitting up there arguing with everybody for? You don't know. Look, he don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Are they saying that they had laboratories? They didn't have laboratories back then, or study it some type of way. Like,
hey, just tell him what he's saying. Tell him what he's saying.
Yo, he don't know. He don't know. Look.
Are they saying that they had laboratories? They didn't have laboratories back then, or study it some type of way. Like,
hey, just tell him what he's saying. Tell him what he's saying.
He's saying that there was no, they weren't using science at this time. This was just technology. Now, the way I explain it to him is, in order to make a bow and arrow, that takes science. What type of shellac to put on the wood? How many pieces of wood do you?
I don't make it up,
to
y'all.
to your bow? What
This
type
is
of
pure
hard?
gold.
Like bone do you use as to handle the tensile strength that it takes to propel an arrow, which, that's where the dynamics, aerodynamics, how that arrow is going to fly, that arrow that you created, you put that chipped piece on like an arrowhead, and you propel this arrow. You have to know the tensile strength it takes just to propel that wooden shaft with that bone or rock on it as the arrowhead, and for it to be able to hunt. So from the beginning of the process what it is that you're about to create, and the end result. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what they're saying. That's the scientific method. You know what you start to create is what you end up with at the end of your creating, right? So a bow and arrow, that's science within itself. To create fire is science. To boil water is science. But these guys are saying they didn't have no science.
Now I want to read this because he doesn't read this part. And it says right here, the limitations of ancient scientific methodologies were gradually addressed with the emergence of modern scientific thought during the 16th and 17th centuries. It says it right there. This is readership. You don't know what you're reading, nor have you synthesized it. That nigga Indigenous black man is crazy than a motherfucker. I don't know what he talking about. In order to make a bow and arrow, you need science and physics, and They wasn't taking no goddamn physics. That's technology. Tech. This is crazy. He just put a bunch of sources together, kablam, and presented it, just threw them at everybody. Let's keep it going.
Egyptian blue, right? Egyptian blue was the first synthetic paint on this earth. They still can't duplicate it. Now, they said metallurgy is not science.
Right.
If you look at King Tut's burial tomb, that thing that he was buried in with all that Egyptian blue on it and all that metal work and all the if you look inside of the tomb with all the cups and all the.
So you mean to tell me a painter is a goddamn scientist? That's science? Paint? These are madmen.
All of the jewelry and all the things that these people had taken to the afterlife with them, where they're forging metal. That
people taking things to the afterlife. The shit was still there in the tomb. They didn't take nothing with them. Yo, this is madness. I don't even have to say nothing. Listen to him. They talking. He didn't even know his own source material. He don't even notice that it says the limitations of the scientific method. They still calling it science. Not understanding masonry, not understanding practical observation. And let's be honest, they doing it at a very small level. We dealing with CERN now. We done found black holes, collapsed stars in the galaxy. You talking about bow and arrows, bro? Pew. The fuck? Making a fool out of us. Nigga logic.
That is science.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're taking the metal, melting it down.
Pew. That's my bow and arrow sound, y'all. Pew. That's science. Pew. That's physics. Pew. I've made this with the scientific method. Pew. They were sitting up there taking stuff to the afterlife with them. Pew. If a soldier went back in time and he showed up with all his gear, it would blow their mind. Like, what the?
Down 5,000 degrees, and then making these leaves or making a cup out of it, or making a sword or whatever it is.
Making a sword, and they're gonna take it into the afterlife with them, and they bow and arrows. Pew.
All of that takes science.
All right.
But see, these guys deny it, and I said the only thing that
they were saying all of it takes knowledge. I'm 100% with you, but Kyle, I think we can agree this is nigga ship right here. This ain't scholarship.
I was just going to say, I'm very impressed with that Google scholarship.
Google shit.
Right.
He hasn't proven anything. He has no synthesis of the information, but they can sit up there and talk about bow and arrows with some hunter-gatherers, 4,000 BCE. Pew. They can talk about that shit. Ain't doing us no good today. Haven't showed us any relationship between the ancient knowledge versus today's modern science. They haven't even shown it. This nigga went on about the Dogon people in Sirius B. Come on up here, Kyle. Link in the chat. Let them talk about them bow and arrows and hunter-gatherers and pharaohs taking shit to them with them in the afterlife. You can't make this shit up, bro.
I can give you is that the term science was not around then.
You can't
So
even,
they weren't calling it
listen,
science,
listen,
but the
Indigenous.
method,
You
the
can't
Okay.
even
method,
give
the
them that.
process is the same.
Indigenous. You can't give them that because I just showed you that the word science wasn't even created by them. Like I said, it's from the English.
Right, but I'm saying
translate.
that term was not around back in the ancient Egyptian times.
Okay.
Those people
What?
come way after the ancient Egyptians too. But I'm gonna give you some.
Right.
I'm gonna give you some modern science here in a second, and show you some things where even before.
What did they call?
Here recently, where they were taught
Indigenous.
science and all these
You gotta
things.
listen. You gotta listen to the host. He's trying to ask a question, but I
didn't know
the
it.
question.
Yeah,
Let me say this final. Any dude that's bald headed and wear a do-rag with a hat, baseball hat, is crazy work. That's crazy work.
yeah.
I need to give you a lot of my information.
Yeah. Why don't you keep coming? I didn't know Indigenous was going to come mysteriously. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to show up. You know what I'm saying? But I hear your voice, brother. You know what I'm saying? Just let you know.
Yeah, Indigenous black man up there with that Mr. Telephone Man scholarship. Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. Pew!
We hear you.
So
Go ahead. Continue.
So the thing is, here's what killed them. All these ancient cultures use material science. Look it up, ladies and gentlemen. This is a science.
Oh,
let's keep going, because I got a lot. I want to get through some of these before you get up.
All right. Yeah.
So, where was he at? Yeah. So, and then this is just like Doodle Brothers a little bit shorter, so we can breeze through some of this. All right. One of the dominant features of ancient scientific thought was the reliance of philosophical frameworks to understand the natural world. Philosophers such as Aristotle and Plato employed technological.
Y'all see how he skipped past that 16th and 17th century? Y'all see how he skipped past it? Because he didn't know what he was really reading. I just wanted to show y'all that. Because had he continued to read, and wherever he pulled this from, it looks like from a Google Chat GPT or whatever, because you can see at the bottom, it said in 100 words or less, which means he typed it in. See, that's scamming. The best lies tell 99% of the truth. I noticed something about him. He's emulating like he knows what he's talking about. He'll read the data, throw some buzzwords in there, take a shot at somebody, and get back to reading. That's not how you debate, and this is certainly not how you discuss data that you're reading. Because when you were asked about a significant contribution from the Egyptians to modern day science, you couldn't even answer it, which lets me know you don't comprehend what you're reading, nor have you really studied anthropology. You haven't studied any of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna, if I can add something to that real quick. I don't think Atari 7000 really knows how to question his sources.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. And it's embarrassing.
Nations to describe, hold up, y'all, to describe natural phenomena. Teleology, the study of purpose or goal, was used to explain the behavior of living organisms and the movement of celestial bodies. But then when we go to organisms, teleology, the study of purpose,
go
to
back.
describe natural phenomena. Teleology.
All right. Look at this right here at the very top. He skipped it. I want you guys to look at the very top. Right here. All right. I want to go back and I want to try and stop it as fast as I can.
Hold up, y'all. To describe.
All right.
Natural phenomena.
Okay. One of the dominant features of ancient scientific thought was the reliance on philosophical frameworks. He skipped that. He skipped it. Killer Priest, he's a fraud. JJ fraud. He skipped it. He didn't read it to you all because he's already lied and said that they were using material science. He's lying. He's not reading this correctly. He doesn't know. And this is what I tell Cedric. This is what I tell Juju, Sosa. If you're going to argue with somebody who's still a layman at this, argue with me. But don't argue with somebody who can't read it. I'm not saying I'm a layman, but they get my point. Excuse me. Argue with me. Because I deal with comparative mythology. That's my field. That's what I enjoy studying. This nigga lying.
Teleology, the study of purpose or goal, was used to explain the behavior of living organisms and the movement of celestial bodies. But then when we go to us, in contrast, ancient.
Now here's the funny thing. The rest of that paragraph that I was reading, it goes on to say how ancient Greece helped develop certain scientific methods. The same thing in which he was trying to tear down Brother Ankh with. Same thing he was trying to tear down Cedric with. So you went and grabbed a source that agreed with them again. You just boomeranged yourself. Again. You got a source up there that literally agrees with what that man been trying to tell your ass. That's why you keep on flim-flamming through it like that, moving the screen like that, as if we can't pause the shit. This is not how you put together any type of presentation. I'm going to let this go a little bit long, y'all, without all my commentary.
Indian science employed more of an empirical approach to understand the natural world. The Indian medical tradition, as exemplified in the works of Chakra and Sushruta, emphasized the importance of observation. So they use observation. These guys want to say that these guys...
Nigga, chakras? Chakras, nigga? Nigga, chakras? You just came on here and said that ancient Egyptians was using gunpowder. Now you're talking about chakras? Shit I hear on Naruto all the time. You talking about chakra now? That's not scientific.
Didn't do this. They didn't do this to develop. They use observation and experimentation. The experience to develop medical knowledge. This empirical approach was also evident in the Indian tradition of astronomy, where scholars such as Aryabhata and Brahmagupta, I can't pronounce it, developed sophisticated models of planetary motion. Then we can go to the ancient Chinese science. On the other hand, was characterized by a unique blend of philosophical and empirical approaches. The concept of QI energy, or a unique blend of philosophical and empirical approaches. The concept of QI energy, or vital force, was central to the Chinese science.
This nigga just said QE. You mean key? Kuai is key. The concept of key energy or vital force was central to Chinese scientific thought. That's philosophical, dog. Now, right here, it goes on to tell you right there on his own screen, which he will not read to y'all. He moving so fast through this nonsense. It said, while these methodologies had limitations, they laid the foundation. I don't know what else it's going to say because he doesn't know how to do a presentation correctly. They're telling you these methods had limitations. You're talking about chakra, Key. That's a philosophical approach, dude. You don't understand when science is being used as knowledge base versus science when it's being used as a scientific method. Not all knowledge or science is scientific.
Scientific thought influencing their understanding. You see that? Of the human, the natural world, and the human body. See? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all. Wait a minute. Oh, man. Hold up. Hold up. Something came on my screen. Can y'all see that? Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's keep going. I'm trying to breeze through this because I want to get to my important part. Yeah. So despite limitations, the lack of systematic empirical methodology, ancient scientists often relied on intuition, speculation, and philosophical reasons to develop theories. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. This is a touch screen. Okay. So let me just get to the conclusion because
he just daggered himself, y'all. Did y'all just hear this fool dagger himself?
I have to be honest. I honestly think that Atari 7000 is reading on a grade school level.
He's got to be reading on a grade school level here. He has got to be reading on a grade school level here. Finally, somebody with some education just came up on the panel. I'm not saying that you haven't been on got any education, but I know Kyle, me and him been to school. You understand what I'm saying?
No worries, brother. No worries.
Yeah. Kyle, this is bullshit. This is bullshit to the 900th degree. Please tell me I'm wrong.
I just came to tell you that you a bully. You have no right to be doing this man like this, man.
He say it, I play it.
Yeah.
He say it, I play it. He don't even know what he's reading.
This is bad. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I be wanting to cheer for JJ, man. You know, that's my guy. Like, you know how you fight so long that you got respect for him. I'm like, okay, he still be trying.
Yeah, come on, you can do it.
Damn, JJ. And then what's the dude name? The black. What's his name?
Indigenous black man. Yeah.
It like a simple Google search will let him know that they can replicate the Egyptian blue. He probably been using that little line for the last decade. Just Google it.
Just Google it, man. Go painters. Paint is scientific now, Kyle.
Paint.
That's what we doing now, bro.
Oh man, jeez, this is crazy. This is a weird place that we in, Chris. I don't know, man. It's a weird place. But,
bro, I can't take this nonsense seriously. He just daggered himself again. I mean, we dealing with gunpowder, chakras, key. He done read that ancient methods were limited.
We all up in the Dogon tribe, man. This is crazy.
And what it is, he reading this and he done paused. He like, oh man, I just killed myself. I just shot myself in the foot. How can I get out of this? Excuse me, y'all. I got a touch screen.
Yeah,
it's right there. While these methodologies had limitations, they laid the foundation for subsequent scientific data. I guess that's what it's saying. What are you talking about, bro? What are we doing? You calling out you calling out Cedric, you calling everybody out. Well, let's get to the good part. Because I'm not done. I want to skip ahead because we didn't see the foolery, the foolishness of this dude. Right? Let's bring in Unc. Okay, here he come right here. Let's bring in Unc right about now. Let me bring it back. Okay. I think this is it.
Its low scarlet and gold roof supported 1,000 columns of marble, jasper, and porphyry. was lit appropriately. I'm sorry.
He can't even talk. This is Mr. Bow and Arrow Man.
I'm struggling too, Jay. Was lit by thousands of brass. All right, now let's get to education was universal in Moorish Spain, available to all. While in Christian Europe, 99% of the population was illiterate.
No,
even the king
couldn't say that.
either read or write. You know what I'm saying?
We got brother
rolling in the mud, living on saying that life is the tool of God, scared of fire and water. Anyway, we'll do that again.
How you scared of water?
Universal in Moorish Spain, available to all. While in Christian Europe, 99%.
None of this shit is relevant to the conversation. None of it. This guy's a sicko. He's insane.
Of the population were illiterate, and even kids were illiterate. This is modern times, yo. At that time, Seville in Toledo.
You hear that, Killer Breeze?
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
The last thing that I wanted. This is after they did it because
right.
Straw man in the deck.
Real science.
Look at this. We'll deal with that later.
So,
let's go back 2 hours.
Hold up, bro. Let me. Doesn't matter. You should have been here an hour and a half ago. That's not my fault.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me just read you this. Because this is what we want you to do.
Notice how he was saying you should have been here 2 hours ago, but you were begging for Unc to come up there. You was asking for Unc. You was calling him out. You said he wasn't going to show up. You said, let's see if he going to show up. Now he show up. All of a sudden, poof, you intimidated now. This is how little boys act.
With material science. Look
Okay,
at this.
we'll deal with that later.
So let me just. I'm gonna read it to you.
I don't have to. I
So
know
don't
what
come
you
in
mean
and
by the
disrupt.
word.
This is what they do.
I'm saying.
Bro.
No, you got now. Let him go. He's just getting.
Let him go. Let him go.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill him.
He was getting ready to have a meltdown right there. Get what they do, y'all. Brother, you just can't dominate the panel and hijack the entire conversation. We already know you don't know what you're talking about. You lack the ability to comprehend your own sources. Now watch this.
We want to hear from God Killer.
Hey, keep that up there right
all
there.
right, let him go.
Keep that slide right there.
Let him go.
Did you see that? Earth,
Nah.
Earth,
We want to hear your
Water slide up there.
This ain't
we said Earth.
rebuttal time.
Y'all see what he did? He hurried up and took the slide down. I didn't even see this part. He took the slide down because Unc saw the same thing I saw. That's what he saw, and he hurried up and took it down.
And just to be technical, that wasn't a slide. That was an email, Chris.
That's what I said from the get-go. Nigga been emailing himself in this presentation and shit. Like, what are we doing? This is embarrassing. Jeez. Right? This ugly. I don't want you. Now he want to hide his hands. See, this is what I call slide terrorism, source terrorism, ambush scholarship. I don't want you to see my work because I really can't have the conversation with you. Y'all gonna find out now. I got about maybe 40 more minutes. Let's watch this.
Look, we want to hear your slide. Let me stop.
I don't want to do that. I'm looking at your thing.
Go ahead.
Okay,
you said Earth, air,
that's what y'all do.
fire, and water.
Mandika, let's hear God Killer right now.
That would be the Greeks.
Y'all finna read my mic.
The Greeks had earth, air, fire, and water as the fundamental, the 4 elements, which is ridiculous. We know we have a complete element chart. So that clearly shows that they did not have science. They may have an aspect of it, but they don't have science. So that's what I want to do. Let me clear this up real quick. I've been wanting to do this for a minute here. Let me just start right here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm just basically, this was started the whole nonsense. We got a bunch of people who all of a sudden now talking science. I've been talking science for the last 20 years. If I was to ask JJ 7000, watch this. Hey, JJ 7000, direct question to you. Did Charles Darwin produce a scientific theory of evolution? It's a question.
Yeah, no. See, I'm gonna say he came up with his own theory, and guess what? That theory is flawed. He didn't know nothing about abiogenesis. He didn't know nothing about a lot of things, sir. So I don't even know why you're running around pushing this guy.
Thank you, brother. All right, thanks for the answer to the question. You can move out now. So then why the hell do he want to talk about science? Because all scientists, most scientists, 99% of the scientists agree that Charles Darwin produced a scientific theory of evolution by way of natural selection.
True.
So he's not really caring about science. He just want to go against me. Now, all of a sudden, the community is talking about science, but they don't really mean science. They think the white man created science. Let me show you this global timeline. Watch this. From indigenous knowledge to modern science. So the foundation of what would later on mature in Europe is in Africa, is in Asia. I've never said anything differently. If you listen to the songs the Killer Priest produced, he talks about the ancient wisdom of the ancients. To hell with science. They had ancient wisdom, but watch this. How long have humans had ancient wisdom? Let's go. The evolution of scientific thought, and we're going to deal with the word scientific thought. This is also important. Watch this, a journey from ancient wisdom to modern understanding. I'm showing you the foundations. This is what they can't do. Very clear and concise. Indigenous knowledge. 350,000 BCE to 3,000 BC. How long is that? That's close to 350,000 years that Homo sapiens sapien rocked on planet Earth without science. Obviously, they did not need it. What they needed was technology. Technology goes back before Homo sapiens sapien, at least 2.5 million. Old Road Gorge, Ethiopia, Homo erectus had made tools. Let's deal with the acronym. Science, technology, engineering, art, and math. The ancient people had team. They had technology, engineering, and math. They did not have science yet. Science sits on technology, engineering, and math.
Point up.
It's not there yet. Why is it not there yet? Because ancient people don't need to know the why. All they need to know is how to track the sun, when the sun gonna shine, where to find the water. They don't need to know the elements in the water. They don't need to know the why. We need to get the heck out the sun sometimes. They don't need to know why. They just need to be able to get out there. And they need to develop tools that would help them negotiate their environment. So early practical knowledge, astronomical observation, and agricultural calendars across diverse cultures. That's from 350,000 years to 3000 BCE. And everybody that's been watching this channel, y'all know we'll start cracking at 3000 BCE. We talking about ancient Nile Valley culture. We talking about Western Asian culture like Sumer, Mesopotamia. Now, proto-scientific traditions. Now we start to move into things that start to be pre-scientific traditions. Proto-science is not science, but it's a precursor to it. Nature knows no color. Nature does not allow you to take steps forward until you understand the part that you're trying to understand. Nature does not owe you explanations. Not at all. Now watch this. The emergence of structured diagnosis, astronomical prediction, and rational explanations in early civilization. But where did these early civilizations get it from? They get it from here. They get it from the early hunter-gatherer tribes. So the very foundation of Nile Valley and Sumer.
Y'all see how Unc has a synthesis of the information? I might not agree with everything he has to say, but he not doing all this reading. He not misleading anybody with the same source he reading from. He got one source up here, indigenous knowledge, 350,000 years to 3000 BCE. He has a complete synthesis of what he's been teaching, whether he's right or wrong. And I'm gonna say so far he's right. See, when I hear the nigga logic coming out and everybody trying to sit up there and talk about science, I gotta disagree with that part. Point Kyle. Kyle came in the back chat today. I called Kyle and said, I agree with what you were saying, Kyle. Not afraid to say it. He came from he has an educated background. He sat up there and gave his synthesis of science, where it came from, the start of it. And I felt like everybody was saying the same thing, but everybody started over talking each other. I gotta leave now. I don't like all that. Point Kyle. He didn't need to read 50 paragraphs of somebody else's work. He already understands it. JJ coming with the nigga logic. See, whether you like the pseudo killers or not, whether you like me or not, at least we able to give the synthesis of the information without all this disingenuous, I'm just going to do a bunch of readership on the platform and read to you all day. And then when somebody asks you a simple question of how did Egyptians contribute to modern medicine today, and you sit up there and throw your goddamn head up in the sky, look left and right, hey, and then this black man answer that, he get up there and start talking about some serious damn beat. And bing, bow and fucking arrows.
Hey, don't forget Captain Planet. Earth to win.
Earth, fire, water. With these elements combined, I am Captain Power. That bullshit out. Cut this out. All right.
And Western Asia is a 350,000 years tradition. Oh, wait a minute. Homo sapiens sapiens, it took them 350,000 years to get out of Africa. Do you know if the ancient indigenous people, hunter-gatherers, had science, they'd have took their ass to the moon? They didn't need to go to the moon. What they needed was to be able to deal with the wild flora and fauna. When I say flora, I'm saying plants and animals. Fauna, animals. They needed to be able to deal with that. Why? You need to hunt. After you hunt, you need to find a safe way to kill them. You don't want to be killed while hunting. And once you get the meat, you want to butcher it. It's okay to try to tear the meat off the bone. Why not develop a tool? But you don't need to know why the tool is working. You just need to know it's working. We keep applying the 2026 understanding as African Americans, Black and Americans, or whatever.
The nigga said something right there. Can't be mad at him for that. They didn't need to know why the tool was working. It was just working for them.
You think you calling yourself? We keep looking back into the future and think they need what we need. For the record, ancient people, human beings don't need shoes, but shoes is the technology that we now use. For you to think that ancient people needed shoes, you don't understand the subject that I'm talking about. So now we're in the Nile Valley, proto-scientific traditions. People say they don't want that. Bet. Let's move forward. Classical scientific expansion. It's still no science yet. 500 to 1500 CE. We're talking about the golden age of Islam. Translated, preserved, and advanced knowledge in optics, algebra, and medicine. But what the hell did they?
Ain't this what you were saying, Kyle?
Yep.
Okay, so what was the problem with you and Ankh-Here?
I never had any problem. Unc actually agree. Me and Unc had a conversation today, a few hours ago. Like, we on the exact same page.
Okay, as it pertains to medicine, classical scientific expansion in the with Arabs in the Islamic Golden Age.
Yeah. I mean, so I be in everybody chat for the most part. You probably know that. But yeah. Some people have positions that I associate myself with that I don't agree with, but it's their position. I'm not finna, that we still cool, but that's their position. I got my own position. They got their own position. I mean, like, it's actually some great information behind it, but that's neither here nor there. But they're putting people's positions on me. That's not my position.
Okay, so let's go forward a little bit here. Because Unc did his thing right here, broke some things down. We got to get to the good part.
Science, but not modern science first. Scientific thought.
Right. Let's start right here.
Yo, leave me the hell alone, man. I'm minding my business, yo. I'm a science advocate. I'm chilling, yo. They set up to get beat down. That's what's really going on. Yo, I do this. This is what I'm doing, right? Boy, I'm an atheist, right? Which actually ran me into science. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all about Africa, right? And I listened to John Henry Clark.
Let me applaud you first, brother. I don't want to cut you off, but let me applaud both of y'all brothers, man. Let me applaud just for the knowledge that y'all dropping right now, and just want to give you that much. That you can continue on taking this on your journey real quick.
I'm just saying, so y'all you should ask yourself, why'd you go with the atheist thing? Is that not a Greek thing or a white boy thing? Because that's what they say in this community as they throw tomatoes at me, right? And I say, well, I listened to John Henry Clark and Chancellor Williams. They both said, before you study African history, study European history. Okay? They said that. Chancellor Williams says study European history because all the artifacts are stolen in European museums in Europe. Facts. John Henry Clark says study European history, right? Because once you study European history, it's going to run you to the global history of Africa. Check. Check. So when I studied the Greek philosophers, I realized something. That they was literally murdered for questioning the gods. One by one, Socrates, Aristotle, and Plato were either murdered or enslaved or thrown out of Greece for doing what? For saying, Zeus didn't actually make the volcano explode. It was something natural. Zeus didn't actually create lightning. He had nothing to do with that. That's a natural thing. So they was literally enslaved because they went against the state-sponsored religion. The first atheists actually wasn't those who didn't believe in God. It was those who was questioning the authority of the gods or the authority of the state. These, they called them Greek philosophers and Thales of Malay. He opened the first school of inquiry in Ionia, trying to give natural explanations. So those naturalists, those natural philosophers was trying to give explanations beside the gods. Now, if you can show me where they did that in the Nile Valley, consistently, not just one Edwin Smith papyrus, but consistently, then you might have a case. But we all know this old saying, man, we ain't separate our science from our gods. You're right. That's why I wasn't science. I'm going to sit back right here and watch them mumble jumble. Indigenous black man is a raving pseudo at all measures at all times. So I don't know why he got him on the phone like he could really help. He can't help you. He can't Google catch up to me. It's not going to happen.
All right. Mandinka.
So,
I applaud you too, brother. I know you've been shadow boxing back there in the wall. All right, go ahead.
If you notice, he agreed that there's material science. If y'all pay, listen to the art form. You got a few flunkies in there that's listening to it. I'm gonna let Indigenous get you because you didn't address nothing we said. You just rambled, so you already got beat up. I don't need to say nothing else. Get him, Indigenous. Go ahead.
If I ask you a question, I just want a yes or no answer. I don't need a dissertation.
I told y'all he did it again. Kyle, did you peep that?
Yeah, he passed that baton fast as hell. Relay race.
I told you. You not ready for this, JJ. You can't be in this community with a Kyle or a Cedric or a Chris Harris or anybody that have knowledge at this thing. That's why you always crashing out. Give it to me. Give it. That's why you got Indigenous black man up there. He just straw man in the entire time. I done watched Kyle beat up myself. Kyle done beat me. I done took some lickings from Kyle, and I done gave some back. I done seen Kyle and my boy C-Dot go at it. I done seen Kyle give some licks, and I done seen C-Dot give some licks. That's just what we do. But you don't. You just passing the baton. Because see, really what you're doing is you just grabbing a bunch of sources and you put them in your email and read them to everybody and think that's what a conversation is. Y'all gonna see something in a minute.
Don't do yes and no answers.
But you said we're going to play it. We're going to do a part 2, and we're going to play it where you were saying that metallurgy is not science. You were saying that engineering is not science. You were saying that mathematics is not science. You bring up STEM like that.
What's the question?
Really holds weight. Well, let me tell you something.
What's the question?
Science,
Hey, my brother,
technology,
Indigenous.
engineering, and mathematics. And let's add another one on to it with it. It took astronomy also. But I'm the one who made y'all say philosophy and astrology is not even considered science.
Quiet.
The only thing you're doing is
I thought he was
bringing
asking me a question.
I thought he was asking him a question. Why are you telling Unc to be quiet? You were the one calling Unc out. Where's all these questions you got for Unc all of a sudden? Why are you up there trying to start your hostile retreat? Am I lying, Kyle? He right there. Where's all that smoke you had for him?
Hey, something else got my attention. I'm not trying to be messy or derail the conversation, but are we in a closet? Like, why is shirts hanging up in the screen?
Oh, bro, are we serious?
I mean, I've been saying.
What a towel.
I ain't trying to throw no shot. I just noticed that, and I just couldn't help but say something. I mean,
yo.
It just distracted me. My bad, man. Go back to you. You was finna break down something magnificent.
Oh shit! Oh man! And you hanging t-shirts up, cuz? That's crazy.
The closet, and it's on the moon too. That's the kicker.
Man. What a towel! Hold on, don't forget this black man. Look. Pew! Pew! Bow and arrow.
Oh my god.
All right. Hey, Yame, that's wrong, man. Socrates didn't exist. So, all right, let's keep going.
Bro.
Yeah. I thought he was acting.
This guy.
Mendika.
Hold up. Using the term knowledge. That's all science is. Knowledge is the definition of science. You're trying to make a differentiation when it's the same. Huh? But anyway, let's get to it.
Get to it.
Yeah, he in the closet, man. He in the closet.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. Fella ain't even got nothing. We ain't gonna be messy like that. Life done humbled him a little.
My bad, JJ. I know JJ can make 17 videos about me tomorrow, man. I already know it's coming.
And out of them 17 videos, they gonna get about 50 views. Don't worry, ain't nobody gonna see them.
Damn.
Go
Bring up Naphtaliah, okay? You wasn't bringing up Naphtaliah 2 years ago until I started bringing it up.
Facts.
When I said science cannot speak in absolutes.
Where is all this smoke you had for him, JJ? The beginning of the show. Wait till Unc get up here. I'm gonna beat him up. I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna do all that. Where's all the smoke at you had? Did Unc's presentation shut you down so bad that you now pass the baton to this crazy fool right here talking? You talk all that junk. He used to do that with me over there at Sarnetta. I'll show up right on the panel, and he'll just flip out on the first question because you want to read to everybody all day and can barely do that right. Yes, I'm a bully. So what? I'm the real academic bully.
Because a new
Hey,
like
please, I'm not doing this with this man.
you start saying it, all right? So, and this is age of enlightenment. You're exactly right.
I didn't know he was
Hold
going.
up, real quick. Hold on. Hey, bro, we listen. We sitting there listening.
No,
to
I'll
ramble.
talk to him when he get up on the panel. I'll
Quiet.
talk to him when he get up on the panel, bro.
No, but you gotta be quiet, bro.
Nah, he said he's gonna ask me a question. Ain't ask me a question.
No, be quiet.
Tell him I will
Hey,
talk to
I
him when
see
he get up on the panel. No, I'm just saying let's talk to him when he get up on the panel.
Let's up the
Tell
show.
him
You
to
already
hit
put
the
us to
link.
sleep.
No, tell him to hit the link.
Look,
He's delusional,
man,
bro. Man, Dinky,
But
he's
he-
delusional.
In all fairness, Medika,
but I didn't interrupt him. We didn't interrupt him when he. Okay, is this what we do? Let him interrupt. Wait,
He was gonna ask me
turn
a
it to a clown
question.
show.
no. He
Put him in the back.
Look at him, delusional. Look, delusional.
yeah, he did. Listen, he did say Indigenous. You hear me?
No, he can't hear you.
Oh, well, you said you had a question for him, right?
Well, you know, like I said, it was rhetorical
Lord.
because it was something that he said. I'm
Yes
just
or
taking
no?
down. I'm taking down notes. All right.
No.
Now, when I said the age of enlightenment, that's what that is, and this is the modern science that we're dealing with here. This is, like I said, from the papal bulls. Okay, this is where it starts. This is where your modern science starts. You know, Killer Priest. Now, let me tell you how it starts, brother.
Hurry up, because it's making it.
The first time
To me, you got to.
race
Yeah.
is used, you know, it's like a classification is in a book by Gomez de Zazora, right? And this is the Chronicles of the Discovery and Conquest of Guinea in 1453, brother. Okay? Now, that was the first time that the term African race was used.
What?
In Lagos.
What does any of this have to do with the conversation?
This man must have schizophrenia. I'm sorry. What is he
What
talking
does
about?
any of this have? What is this Mr. Telephone Man scholarship going on while the other niggas sitting up in the closet, yo? Why every time he disappeared, we see his shirts?
This is too much.
This is crazy. I want to know where was Cedric? Where was all the smoke he had for y'all earlier? There's no point in you even addressing this nonsense at this point. But wait, y'all. It gets worse. Just wait.
Okay. Now, a year before that, in 1452, we have dumb diversus.
Incoherent.
Justifying the enslavement of the non-believer.
Doing this bad.
This is the worldly taking over and, you know, converting everybody to their magic and their mess, which is Catholicism through the Spanish Inquisition and the Papal Bulls, brother. And these are the Papal Bulls. These are the Papal Bulls that they regurgitate, that I taught them about. Because the only thing they were saying was Inter Cartera, you know, 1493. That
Okay, well, we're not doing this. I'm not going on this. Man didn't teach me a damn thing. This is what I'm not doing. I'm not sitting up here for 25 minutes listening to a nut tell him I ain't never heard from this man before. He's delusional.
Yeah,
I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
I'm not listening to you.
I can prove everything
You know what?
I say.
I am not listening to you.
I am not
listening to you, bro. You're delusional.
And I got the timestamps and live streams from 5 years ago.
You're very crazy at this point, bro. You're delusional. You're insane. I love Killer Priest platform. Killer Priest,
no doubt. But
it's nuts.
yeah, he's making claims, bro. I don't.
Natural philosophy, all that.
What are you? You're saying you hold on. You're saying you
Nobody talked during the time. Hold on, hold on.
But man, Dika, he said that he taught.
Hey, JJ.
Look, he didn't speak during his time. Y'all see this?
This is what I'm saying right here. Why JJ is the worst type of person to be dealing with on these type of platforms. Now they ready to straw man to death. This is why I call it source terrorism. You just and then this black man up there talking about Inter Cartera, dumb diverses. What this got to do with science? What do these historical events got to do with anything? And JJ want to let him talk. See, you needed backup up there with you. You called somebody to come up there with you because you can't handle the smoke, nigga. Now you telling him to shut up. He ain't even on topic. You fuck up everything everywhere you go, nigga. Everywhere you go, it's a fucking sideshow. It's a clown show. It gets worse. Just wait. It gets worse.
I didn't allow that man.
Right.
He capping.
Why you messing up the show? This ain't Sarnetta where you can do that. This is not your
I don't know
platform.
about Sarnetta to mention that. I don't know about none of that. What I'm saying is, I'm not letting a grown man sit in front of the world.
I don't engage like this. I don't engage.
And lie and cap like he told me anything. I don't even know the nigga. What are you talking about?
Hey, but at the same,
he can get on a panel.
but you
Get him on a panel. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
All you can do. If you can't beat it, you got to join it to your mess.
Where's this man talking about, yo? Hey, Jay,
Can we get the
but really though, man, Dick, I don't. It's not about the information. He's just telling him that he taught him.
But
And
Killer
that's-
Breeze, listen,
yeah.
listen. Let me say this.
Yeah, where it is.
For the whole time he ramped, see, he can't be quiet.
But he was presenting information though. Hold on.
Okay, get it all out. Hold up, get it all out, and then when it's our turn to speak, shut your mouth. Go ahead.
Hey, JJ. I
Go
don't
ahead.
sit prepared.
No, shut your mouth when it's our turn to speak. Period.
I don't sit
This is a
here
clown
and
show,
talk
what you
about what
doing.
I taught you, what I didn't
Shut
teach
your mouth
you.
when it's our turn to speak, or get out
But I'm
off the
saying,
stage.
Man, Dika, but the problem is this.
We in the wrong.
No. The problem with what Indigenous doing, he's not presenting the information. He's just telling him. He's telling him.
All right, well, let me get him
he
there.
talk-
Let me go back to my information.
Well, hold on.
Quiet.
Hey, JJ, you're getting a little bit too slick. You're a little
I'm
bit.
crying. I got you. Let me show you respect.
Turn it down a
I'm
notch.
finna get you.
I'm not
Nope, I'm finna
comfortable
get
when you're getting this slick. I'm like 2 seconds on cussing your ass out. So what I'm saying is just chill out, bro. Keep it cordial and nice.
Quiet.
Keep it cordial and nice, bro. I didn't say you scream and say what? What is it you have to say to me? Talk to me man to man. Cut off your little fake help, because he's fake.
Bro, be
Don't
quiet.
even know him. He's fake.
What
is it that you want to say?
Turn,
to
bro.
now? What do you?
I tell you what. You go ahead. You got.
say?
You know what? I'm not gonna argue with you.
We're not arguing. I'm simply
As
asking.
soon as you go, I'm gonna let you go, bro.
Gotta go back and forth. What is it? What is it?
Hostile retreat. Cedric, you ain't got to be smart up in the chat. We ain't got to break it down no more. He had his chance to go up against y'all. Look at what he doing. He don't even want to ask Ankh no questions. He doesn't want to engage with them, probably because he don't even know the information. He just tethering y'all. He tethered me for years. He tethering y'all. He tethered everybody begging and looking for a debate. It is what it is. Fight doctor. He exhibits symptoms of retardation.
Yeah, there's something mental. He has mental issues. There's no question.
It's evident at this point.
Yeah.
Do you remember JJ calling this man out, calling Cedric out? He's up there. Where's all this beat down academically you was going to give him? Where's this beat down at? All you're doing is passing the baton to this nigga, this nut, and he talking about he using Abo doctrine up there. If y'all can hear it, ain't nothing but Abo doctrine. Oh, I'm a straw man in the argument, and I'm gonna sound good doing it. Maybe the people gonna think that I'm right and he wrong. I'm gonna articulate it over the phone. Nigga doing presentations from his email and got another nigga on the phone. If that ain't nigga logic, I don't know what is. See, what type of person is JJ? JJ 7000 sat back and looked at debating for like 5 years, hit a stone cold blunt and said, I can do that. And been a thorn in everybody's side ever since. You are on a Grammy nominated artist platform, acting like a straight fool.
With no control over his emotions. Zero.
None. You are on a repeat this again. A Grammy nominated artist platform. And you don't even have enough sense to have the decorum. You up there telling Unc to shut up. You done did your little presentation. Misrepresented your own source like you always do. Now all you want to do is let this black man, indigenous, whatever, this crazy motherfucker. I don't even know what he talking about up there. Nobody do. This is madness.
Want to talk to me
Damn
about
mouth.
that?
I want you to shut your mouth when it's my turn.
Listen, bro. I'm not never shutting
What you
up.
do
I'm not
done.
going.
But you
I'm
know
not
what?
never-
Yeah.
I'm saying let's
You
have
said
an
you was
intellectual
done, bro.
conversation around the subject matter without the nuts
finna
in the
get you.
background. The man need to
Go
be
ahead.
in the crazy house and
No,
need to
go
take a
ahead.
shot or something.
You came 2 hours late.
I wasn't late, nigga. I was letting you get your thing off. What you-
Nice nigga. See what I'm saying? You ignorant as hell. Go ahead, bro. I'm
listen.
not finna stoop to your level. Go ahead.
Nigga, you below him, nigga. What you mean stoop to his level, nigga? Nigga, is you crazy?
Yeah,
There's some spectrum here now. There's some spectrum here. There's a slight spectrum here. And I think he needs to address this. I'm being serious at this point now. I don't think he fully understands what's going on. Kyle, you can be as nice as you want. You can be as nice as you want. I'm not nice.
I'm just over here thinking, man, which was better, Hebrew Israelite JJ or Dr. Science JJ? At this point, I ready for that nigga to go back to the Bible, man. God damn.
Go read your Bible verses, man. Come up out of this. This ain't for you. This ain't for you. See, JJ, there's a difference between me, you, and people in the community. Never talk about what you're not familiar with. Never argue or debate a topic you're not good at. Simple. I don't debate politics. I have my opinion on politics. I couldn't tell you the difference between a conservative and a goddamn liberal and a progressive because I really don't care about that shit. As long as my paycheck ain't bothered. I really don't care about that shit. I let Inyame and Domo and all them and Kyle, you into that shit too. I let y'all handle that shit. You know I stay out of that. You didn't see me stay out of that shit. I ask a question, Kyle might say, "Shut your stupid ass up, Chris." All right, I just asked. I don't know. You am I lying? Am I lying? I don't know nothing about
I don't
this.
say it like that. Look, man.
I'm just saying. I hear you and C-Dot arguing this shit. I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about that shit. All right, goodbye. Fuck y'all then. Bye. It's simple. You up here thinking you missed the science when last week you was Barakatah Yahweh. Last week. But it gets worse, y'all.
I don't mind.
Let's have some. I can't wait to say decorum. Let's have some decorum.
Let him go. Let him go. I'm finna get him for about 30 minutes. Go ahead.
Don't worry about it.
Keep it with the knowledge, because what he did was he addressed everything you said knowledge-wise.
Okay.
Indigenous got on and started getting personal and saying stuff like he taught him, and that wasn't sticking with the subject. And I'm just talking to Indigenous. If you're there, just stick to the information. Like we trying to learn something. Now we don't want to know about what you personally. We don't even know if that's true or not. That's something you saying.
Hey, never had a YouTube channel.
Be quiet. Let me know when I can go. Let me know where
in somebody's house or something to teach him.
Okay.
How does he teach? Does he have a YouTube channel?
Okay,
what
but
is
Dick can go.
This guy can't even
All right,
get
you said let me go, bro.
All right,
I've
so
never seen this man on the internet.
right.
I'm finna beat you up.
All right, so Mendika, go ahead.
Watch
Yeah,
it.
Talk to me.
Share my screen.
Watch this.
No, but you ain't gotta share your
Nah, be quiet. I know it hurt.
We didn't already share our screen to death, yo. Yo, we didn't share our screen to death, bro.
All right, I got more.
I mean, come on, man. I'm not sitting.
This is not a debate.
Leave.
This is a discussion.
Right.
This is not a
Can we
debate.
discuss? We've already.
I got more information. You know what?
See, he can't have a conversation. He don't know how. He's just been exposed as a fraud. He's a fraud. He want to do more reading. He wants to go read more sources. You said you wanted to smoke with Ankh. He's up there. Beat him up. See, you just want to do more reading, source terrorism. I'm going to read this, I'm going to read that, I'm going to read this. I'm not really going to engage him because I really don't know the subject. I know you don't know, nigga. I know you stupid than a motherfucker. You are a fraud.
This is not a debate. This is a discussion.
Let's talk about it, bro. I gotta get ready.
You don't need to talk. It's my turn to go.
I don't want to see more screens.
What is this nigga just pout? Did y'all just see what he did? Yo, Fight Doctor, look at his body language. Look at what he did.
What?
But this is not a debate. This is a discussion.
Let's talk about it, bro. I gotta get ready.
You don't need to talk. It's my turn to go.
He sat to the side and put his head up in the air like a child do when they mad. Yeah,
like I said, he's like a 5-year-old who has, like a child, has no control over his emotions. He can't sit and wait his turn. He can't shut up and listen. He's unable to have a conversation, which is you talk and then you listen. And that when you want, in order for communication to take place, you have to allow someone to finish their thought, and then you can make a rebuttal. But in the process of doing that, you give courtesy to the other person to finish their thought. And then you would expect that same courtesy from them when it's your turn to rebut. But he doesn't understand any of that. He just wants to do his retarded 5-year-old thing and his Google scholarship.
Google shit.
Yep. Nigga shit.
Nigga shit.
Nigga shit.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Okay.
I don't want to see more screens. What is it that you think I'm doing?
Hey, I wouldn't be mad if you bounce to God Killer. I wouldn't be mad.
See, he telling them, I don't even care. Really what he's saying here, he's saying it nicely. I ain't gonna miss you. See, Aunt came up there and give his presentation, whether you agree with it or not, Kyle. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? He's showing decorum. JJ's just having a meltdown. Now watch what he does next. I didn't even peep that when he pouted like a child.
No, because he said his part, and then it got personal. And I wouldn't be mad at you if you bounce. It's up to you if you want to stay. If you want to stay, but I understand.
Yeah, let him be quiet. Let me get my screen. First of all, now don't say nothing. I'm gonna address you. All right. Now you agree just about with everything. The people, go look at the audience. You agreeing with me? You even came up here talking.
No, Negro, you agreed with the pseudo killers. That's why I had to show that at the beginning. You agreed that ancient societies did not have a scientific method. You agreed. You read it. There was no methodological naturalistic philosophy going on. You agreed. You read that shit at the beginning. You read it. That entire presentation was orientated towards a philosophical framework. You did not know what you were reading.
Islamic age science. You went back to class. You were saying science, sir. But I got you on tape saying there is no such thing as ancient science. Then you said all chemistry, all this other stuff wasn't science. So let me share my screen. I ain't gonna play with you. That's what you want.
I just want to have
I'm
a
that
conversation,
guy.
bro.
I'm that. Be quiet. I know it hurt. I know it hurt.
Oh, yo, you bugged out, bro. You too tough for no reason, yo. You ain't even built like that, JJ. You act like you built like that. You on YouTube. Don't calm it down, bro.
Let me get this guy.
You on a healthy platform, yo. All this rah, yo, ain't for me and you, yo.
See, you.
It ain't.
You ain't in my league.
Why not just have a conversation, yo? People want to hear us discourse. Not sticking around for some more you.
Look, I got questions for you. I want you to answer some of these questions.
Ask me. You don't have on top of your head?
All right. Okay. So is it necessary? No, it's on the screen. You see it?
No.
It's on the screen. Is it necessary?
What the fuck? He ain't said nothing.
So is it necessary for ancient scientists to use methodological naturalism?
Hey, we don't see anything.
We don't see what you. We don't see it.
There you go.
Okay, hold up. You see it now?
Oh no, we had it and then it went away.
Huh?
We had it and then it went away.
I know I don't want it up here. Let me get him.
You just had it.
I got you.
A peaceful,
Let me get them.
a peaceful discourse.
The show wasn't supposed to go like this. But they won't say JJ don't have no discipline. No, Unc, you came over here, you know, kind of foul, bro.
I didn't come over here foul. Y'all got a little slick and you almost got cussed out. Get out of here. I ain't the one. I ain't the mark in the room. Y'all ain't the one you bully up on. I ain't going, bro. With your little man with the fake acting like he taught somebody. He can't even hit the link. This nigga ain't never hit the link on nothing. He's delusional. And the fact you bring him in this intelligent conversation, say you weak in the conversation. Talk to me man to man so I can beat you up and get up out of here, bro. You playing with me, bro.
You ready to answer questions? You ready? Okay. Now, can y'all see the screen? Let me know.
We can see
the screen?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, is it necessary for ancient scientists to use methodological naturalism to make significant contributions to science? That's your first question.
No, first of all, they're not making contributions to something that ain't there. But it is not necessary for them to make significant contributions to their civilization and raise their civilization to the top level. That's my damn answer. Move next.
But JJ, when you were questioned about the contributions from ancient societies, mainly Egypt, to modern societies and medicine, you were asked, what contributions did they make? You passed the baton. You said you don't know. Now your first question is based on what you didn't know. And you didn't put these questions together. It says, is it necessary for ancient scientists to have used a methodological naturalism to make significant contributions to science? Who would make a statement like that? They never had it. You agreed.
Okay, let's go to another one. Don't ancient medical texts like the Edwin Smith Papyrus show a clear emphasis on observation and treatment of physical symptoms?
Yeah, I taught you that, remember? I'm the guy who talked about the Edwin Smith Papyrus. That's me, not you, bro. You definitely watch my shows and you definitely act like I was crazy when I said it. So let's get this straight. What you don't see in the Edwin Smith Papyrus is them making a treatise against magic. See, that's what you don't see. You got to wait till you read the Greek papyruses when they make a treatise against magic and they call them musicians, they call them charlatans. So you do see coherent thought because I got the book. I've been showing this for years. They go for indigenous black men who ain't got no daggone internet. He just got a phone.
So why you throwing shots, bro?
Because he got up here lying to people. People don't even know that man. Messed up,
bro. You messing up the show.
Here go Ryan. Messing up the show. Here go Ryan. I've been showing this for years. So, bro, yes.
You know what? Hold on. I'm not even gonna answer. I'm gonna give my time.
Answer my question. Let me.
You know what? Question. I'm just going. I'm not. I don't even want to speak. I'm asking you questions.
Okay, listen, brother.
So
let me finish answering that particular question, bro.
No, it's all right. No, I don't want to answer. I'm going to go to something else.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
steady focusing on
disappear now.
You're turning this to a clown show.
No.
I ain't turning to that.
No, it was
a question. Let me finish the question.
That's okay.
Let me finish the question.
No. Hold on. I'm finna.
Hey, look, he's running.
Yeah, Mandika, don't. You should let him finish the question. Don't look good.
Right here, yo, look. You see this, don't you?
You deal with it on your time to speak.
I know we see it.
Just hold up, chill out, bro. Got him.
I know we see it. See, this is the Edwin Smith Medical Papyrus. But guess what? It's only one. It's only one. It's not an institution. It's not institutionalized. It's just not. It's one scribe attempt to give a coherent. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what he did. Tell you what the scribe did.
Hit the link. It says scribe. If y'all watch it right now,
written in Egypt, 1600 BCE is the earliest known medical literature consisting of 48 case history describing conditions, diagnosis, and treatment in a rational, systematic way. They did that. Now what?
All right, you done? I'm gonna provide a little bit more information. and then I'm just gonna call it a day because I didn't want the show to turn into a clown show. I apologize.
So you brought the clown on.
You don't know how to be quiet.
The clown.
Okay, I tell you what, you can go for another 10 minutes and then let me know where I can go. Go ahead.
I want to have a discussion with you.
No, go ahead.
Right, I thought now. So I tell you what, don't ever call me out again.
This supposed to be
black and living. Now,
you showed up an hour and a half.
See, when the smoke came up there, you kept on trying to set the parameters of the conversation. That's what children do. They panic, they pout until they get their way. Because had y'all had a discussion, he was gonna put belt to ass.
Man, I'm gonna say this, Chris. I don't think that JJ could have imagined that them questions would have gone nowhere near that bad when he was typing them bitches up. There was, oh my God, like he had like 10 questions. He got the 2. He was like, abandoned ship.
Abandoned ship.
This nigga aborted that mission so fast. Golly.
Horrible, man. Horrible methodology. Horrible presentation. Horrible synthesis of the information. JJ, you a fraud, bro.
It's almost like Unc hacked JJ email and typed them questions in to set himself up, man.
And look, yo, Kyle, were we not in the back chat on the Discord arguing like cats and dogs all day?
Yes, sir.
All day long. I'm at work. I'm in a meeting, production meeting. Oh, man. Hold on. I got to leave. Come back. They still fighting. Kyle, I agree with your assessment of science. How it evolved. I agree. I didn't think you said nothing wrong. I kind of agreed with it. They somebody straw manned you a little bit. I ain't gonna call no names.
They was straw man.
I heard it.
I was looking for Dorothy. I'm like, where the fuck Dorothy the Tin Man at, man? Like, what the hell's going on here?
I heard it, but hey, it just goes down like that. Nobody was melting down like this, though. See, we all brave enough to have the conversation. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's why the man said you were calling the man out. Now you complaining about him being an hour late. You said he wasn't gonna show up. Then you said, I hope he show up. Now that he showed up, you still don't want to let him talk. You trying to do everything you can to manipulate this entire event so it can fit your agenda. You only want to be the only one up there asking questions. You are a fucking fraud. You can't debate, you can't read, you can't synthesize information. This is the last show I'm ever doing on you. You don't deserve this much time. You're fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb. And I'm calling it like it is now. You're fucking embarrassing. Stupid. And I refuse to look at your stupid debate league.
Some people are happy playing the clown, being the clown. Look, every circus needs a clown. And unfortunately for us, JJ 7000 is wearing the top hat. He's the clown master. Okay, that's what he is.
Yeah, you procrastinating. You said you wanted to smoke. He there. When I came over there, World War Views, I said, let me get him the biblical barbarian. Let me beat that on up and let me show you why he ain't no Messiah. Let me show you why he is a false prophet. No question was answered. When I saw him filibustering my question, we got 3 timeouts. Timeout. Hemi, you're here to show that you have a comprehension of the subject matter that we're talking about. I need you to answer my questions clearly so the audience can hear you answer them to show that you have comprehension of the topic here. You're here to answer questions. I answered yours. Please answer mine. Simple. Onk up there cool as a cat. JJ crashing out every time he feel like the light is about to get shined on him. Y'all notice that whenever the word discourse or y'all two talk come up, he start crashing out because he really don't want that smoke. I hope this nigga ain't having no babies with black women. I hope he ain't. Or with no woman at that. Diabolical. Diabolical. We'll listen to a little bit more.
No, I let you get your thing off. I'm gonna tell you one more time, hey, JJ. As long as you living in black and on YouTube, don't you ever call me out again, ever. Now I'm done.
I won't because you pseudo. This is a waste of my time.
You wouldn't even say that if not for the work I did. Remember, I brought that to the community. Stop using my words. How about that?
Yeah. Point on. He did bring it to the community. He did. I never heard the word until he started using it. At least not used in that context, the way he was throwing it around. Point onk.
I can barely watch you.
Stop it. You.
Hey, JJ, chill out. Let me
JJ, you on lie, yo? JJ, I beat you no more, JJ. JJ, you have grown. You have grown, JJ. I'm doing this. You came from Israel somewhere. Now you don't do that no more. That's growth, bro.
Okay, and Dr. Malachi Z. York gave you your name, Uncle Ket. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
I ain't mad about no Malachi.
Uncle Ket.
What, nigga?
Dr. Malachi Z. York is what gave you your name.
But guess what?
Did you forget?
But listen, we don't do that anymore, though, do we?
Dr. Malachi, see now,
we don't go to Malachi.
All the gloves is off now.
JJ.
You just
JJ, do we, JJ? We go to Malachi.
He's so childish, he didn't even hear Aunt gave him another off ramp by saying he's grown. And he threw another insult at Aunt. I keep telling y'all, man, why do people have to, why do y'all debate this clown? Y'all just want to beat up on somebody so bad? It's like Joe Louis in the Bum of the Month tour. I always tell people, Joe Louis is one of the most overrated heavyweight champions of all time. He literally had something called the Bum of the Month tour. For 2 years, he fought nothing but bums. Oh, he's one of the greatest of all time. Oh, fuck he not. He couldn't hold a fucking candle to Ali. Who could? JJ's a bum. You ask him one question, it's a crash out. It's mashed out. It's mashed out. It's like a child. I'm telling y'all, there's a spectrum here. Definitely. There is a spectrum here.
Let you, JJ. No, we don't, JJ. JJ, you think one.
Hey, both of you brothers are grown.
5 years ago.
Oh, wow. Why you even let him up here? He showed an hour and a half
years ago. You 25 years ago, my nigga. Okay. So since you brought it out, let's explain it.
No, we don't need to hear it, bro. That's your master teachers.
I want to explain it.
No, we don't want to hear it, bro.
Damn it, 30
we don't
years
want to
ago.
hear it, bro. So the
go to Malachi.
All right, nah, I don't agree with Unc on this. You ain't even got to stoop to his level at this point. You could have just moved on. Like, hey, yo, Killer Priest, thank you for having me up here. I really enjoyed my time, man. Hey, you, Mr. JJ, don't call me or fuck with me no more. I'm done with you. Ban him. Ban him. Simple. And we done.
Yeah.
We don't care about your personal journey.
You brought it up.
Care.
You brought it up.
No, you brought it up. I
did not. I said you was a Hebrew running around looking like the Bible a year ago is what I said. Now you want to talk about.
Tap out, bro. I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. What? Y'all see that he agreed with me about about material science. He never debunked it. He was agreeing with it. He even went back to 3,000 years.
Let me
went back way back. You're not supposed to be going back.
All right, y'all. I don't want to hear no more of this fucking crash out. In closing, he's a fraud. Bo Ray 51, he says, Chris, can you let me go back and read something he wants me to look at? I put it on the screen. He says, Chris, when you get time, could you please review the Encyclopedia of the American Indian, a 4-volume set available on some a gem for your collection to scalp the fake non-African Indians. Okay, no problem. I think me and you went in on that, Kyle, a couple of I think 2 years ago. They was Yamin eating slaves. They were Yemen eating slaves. It's like, yo, are you Yemen? So do you yum?
Oh, you know what? This too much. I'm done with the fucking Avo conversation.
They crazy. Yo, they crazy. JJ will be Abo next week. He leaning towards it. He gonna try to debate the Moore doctrine that, you know what I'm saying? So
keep the seasoning salt away from JJ, man.
I know, man. Yeah, keep that white salt away from him. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, guys, man, we gonna get ready to sign up out of here. My brother Kyle came on by, my brother the Fight Doctor. As always, have fun dealing with this. Guys, we are back. Like the video. I hope y'all enjoyed 3 hours today. 2 hours and 40 minutes today, y'all. So with that being said, man, JJ, you are a fraud. You did not want to engage and you kept passing that baton off. You did not understand what you were reading. You misrepresented the source like you always do. For real, you don't understand the difference between science and knowledge and scientific. You don't understand. There's a difference. Don't be giving us some stupid etymology of the word. Tell us what the words mean and how you using it so we can have a function in the conversation. Oh, that part you don't want to do. With that being said, guys, we signing out. Because the nigga said he tapping out.
Right. Yo, Chris.
What up, though?
Listen, we're going to chop it up on the box. I'm going to slightly disagree with you about Joe Louis. I personally think the most overrated heavyweight in history is Rocky Marciano.
Nah, I can't say that.
Yes, sir.
I can't say that.
Yes, sir.
I can't say that. I don't think he's underrated. I don't think he's underrated, and I don't think he's overrated. You understand what I'm saying? I think that they give him too much praise, but if you ever look at any top 10, he's never really on those lists.
Occasionally, he pops up on the top 10 list. Even though
occasionally,
occasionally. I've seen some top 10 lists that have him on it. He gets a lot of he gets a lot of credit for having retired undefeated. But if you really look at his record, Rocky Marciano really didn't beat anybody. I mean,
he beat a lot of the older heavyweights that were past their primes. Yeah, right.
So he he was on the tail end of the Joe Louis era, and Joe Louis World War II is essentially why he had the Bum of the Month Club, because all of his would-be contenders were in the war. And Rocky Marciano came in on the tail end of that era. So the bums that Joe Louis didn't have opportunity to fight, Rocky Marciano, he fought him instead, essentially.
Okay. So, well, here, let's do this. I would definitely come over there, but can we take Sonny Liston off the list? Can we take James Jeffries off the list? Can we take Jack Dempsey off the list? And can we take Rocky Marciano off the list? Would you agree?
Off the list of what? Great heavyweights?
All time. Great heavyweights, yeah.
Jack Dempsey. Who'd you say? Sonny Liston?
Take him off too. Yeah.
I tell you what, man. I would want to see your top 10 list. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, look, Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston was a special fighter. So Sonny Liston is the first man, if I'm not mistaken, to win the heavyweight title on a first round knockout.
Okay.
And he actually beat a very good heavyweight in the process of winning the heavyweight title. In who did he beat? What's his name?
RG Moore. It wasn't RG Moore.
No,
Floyd Patterson.
Floyd Patterson. Yes.
Yeah.
Caught
him with a left hook.
Sonny Liston was the Mike Tyson of his day. In fact, George Foreman, Sonny Liston's sparring partner, George Foreman never had anything but praise for Sonny Liston. And he even went as far as to say that Sonny Liston is the only man. This is George Foreman, and I'm quoting him. Sonny Liston is the only man to ever stand up to me. So I don't know, man. I don't know that I would remove Sonny Liston from that list of great heavyweights. I don't know. Now, okay. Jack Dempsey, okay, I got no problem with that. And Rocky Marciano, Rocky Marciano is great in the sense that he retired undefeated, so he's alone in that category. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, he only defended the heavyweight title 6 times, and he defended it mostly against older heavyweights. So
okay, all right, and we're gonna put Holyfield in there. We're gonna put Mike Tyson in there. We're gonna put Lennox Lewis in there. See, so 3 of them got to go.
So Evander, I can see.
I put him number 3. I put him number 3.
I don't know that I put Evander that high. Evander was good, but number 3, I don't know. Man
fought wars in the ring.
He did. I agree he did. But I could easily think of 3 heavyweights who are ahead of Evander. Ali.
Of course, I agree.
George Foreman. Larry Holmes.
That would have been a great fight between Holyfield and Larry Holmes. The fact that Holyfield, he could slip that jab and really do some damage on the inside, that would have been
old man Larry Holmes went 12 rounds with a prime Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Had Larry been in his prime, he would have beaten him.
Well, you got to understand, Larry was also bottom heavy too, real bottom heavyweight. He had a real solid base on him. And he still had the last thing to go on any older fighter is his punch. Yep. You see what I'm saying? Because his jab still felt like a tree pole hitting you. You know what I'm saying? He could beat you with one hand. Number 1 heavyweight of all time to me is Muhammad Ali. Number 2, I always put Mike Tyson there because he was 19 years old. He was 19 years old when he won the heavyweight championship of the world, which will never be duplicated again because he's knocking grown men out. And let's be honest, Tony Tucker was a pretty damn good heavyweight. Michael Spinks was a pretty good damn heavyweight. You understand? Riddick, Razor Ruddock were great heavyweights. Those were great heavyweight fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I always put him there, and I was just like, I always tell people, you guys pay attention to the circus behind him. But as a fighter, invincible, great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he lost to Buster Douglas. But you heard what he said. He was high and burning at the same time. So I put Mike Tyson number 2. I'll put just by necessity, I'll put Evander Holyfield number 3. Number 4, I put Joe Frazier there. Number 5, George Foreman. Number 6, not Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe. Number 7, Lennox Lewis. Or matter of fact, I'll put Lennox Lewis number 6, Riddick Bowe number 7, number 8. That's where we get a little bit. That's where we get a little crazy at. I guess I'll go ahead and slip in Rocky Marciano. I guess I'll throw him on in there. Yeah. Somebody got to take that spot. Number 9. I'm going to put Tyson Fury there. And number 10, I'm going to put Vitaly Klitschko there.
Yeah, I'd rate Lewis over Marciano all day long. Yeah. I'd also rate Jack Johnson over Marciano.
Oh, man. Jack Johnson didn't fight under the Lloyd of Queensberry. Yeah. True, he didn't even fight under those rules.
True. But, I mean, Jack Johnson fought 20, 25 round fights.
Yeah, so, but that's why I brought that up. Like their rounds went, it was kind of bare knuckle. You fall down, end of round, start all over. You know what I'm saying? They won 3 minutes a round. The rules were different. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I only use Marcus Queensberry rules. videos. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
yeah, I'll come on by, man, and we can have a conversation because I'm a fight historian myself anyway. So I really love the lighter weight classes. Like when we get into greatest fighter of all time, I've seen with my own eyes. I always tell people Michael Nunn was my favorite fighter of all time, right? I loved Michael Nunn, but the fighter I used to study when I was boxing, his name was Salvador Sanchez. If
Yes,
y'all
the
don't
greatest out of
know,
Mexico. Yeah.
if you don't know who Salvador Sanchez is, go take a look at him. And after that, it was my man. I used to like looking at Aaron Pryor. I used to say
Yes,
Shane
the Hawk.
Mosley. Yeah, Mosley and Aaron Pryor, they were one and the same. You know what I'm saying? They were one and the same. So those were the type of fighters I used to like to study. And Roberto Duran. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I love Roberto Duran. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Where
So,
y'all put
yeah.
where y'all put Ken Norton at on that list though?
Oh no, he ain't on there at all, man. He ain't
He's
on
not
there.
even-
Ken Norton was a good. So Ken Norton was a very, very good heavyweight. I mean, he
Solid
beat Ali.
heavyweight. Solid heavyweight.
He beat Ali twice, once unofficially. Yeah, Ken Norton was a very good heavyweight.
That's why, that's why I said if you could beat the number one person on the list, I think that person also needs to be considered. I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
So the issue is that Ken Norton was never the heavyweight champion. So that's the problem. So it's kind of difficult for me to rate a guy in the top
Right.
10
But
heavyweight
he
of all
was
time.
people's champion. He took the people's championship from Muhammad
Yeah.
Ali, though. He
Right.
took that
Yeah.
from him, though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no doubt. I know. Let me see. Okay, let's take Vitaly Klitschko off. Let's put Archie Moore in there. Let's go ahead and put Archie Moore in there. Let's take. Let's take. What's
Archie
his
Moore
name
is
out of
a
there?
great. I would not. So Archie Moore is actually one of my favorites, and him. He's when I talk about some of the greatest fighters ever, he's in that conversation. Him, Sugar Ray Robinson. Who else? What's his name? Henry Armstrong, who I actually think should be considered the greatest fighter ever because
3 division champion.
So yeah,
Held them all at one time.
Yeah, so welterweight.
Wait. Terrence Crawford did it.
Yeah, so but it was different because here's the deal, right? Yes, Terrence Crawford, multi-division champion and a hell of a fighter, no question. However, Sam, oh shit, old age is a bitch. Henry Armstrong.
Yeah,
he held the featherweight, the lightweight, and the welterweight title all at the same time.
but that's what Terrence Crawford did.
No, sir. No,
Didn't
sir.
he hold the junior welterweight and the welterweight championships at the same time?
Yeah, so he would move up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry Armstrong, he would bounce between the divisions at the same time.
Oh,
like he was a welterweight champion
okay,
and the lightweight champion and the featherweight title champion, and he defended all 3 belts at the same time.
Okay, I got what you
said. That nobody in the modern era would even.
Ain't nobody doing that. Ain't
nobody's doing that.
Yeah, ain't nobody doing. Yeah.
Roy Jones,
crazy to do that.
Roy Jones came closest in the sense that he went up to heavyweight, won a belt, and then in his next fight went back down to light heavyweight and won a belt. So that's close.
Overrated.
But, yeah, well,
Roy Jones overrated. Overrated.
Okay, we have to address that.
Overrated.
We have to address that.
Overrated.
I'm a slide, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, Kyle. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, we have to talk about Roy, right? Now, you have a case, right? But here's the problem. Roy, he has shutout victory. He has a near shutout win over James Toney in his prime, undefeated James Toney. And he also has a convincing win over Bernard Hopkins. Now, Hopkins and Toney are 2 A-list top fighters.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know when you saw Floyd Mayweather in his Philly shell. Everybody back home fight like that from Detroit. Well, Floyd was from Grand Rapids. All of us fought like that. Pick, boom, slide type style. Jim Miller taught us how to fight like that. Tony actually did it correct.
Yes.
Floyd did incorrectly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What James Tony used to do was take your straight line away from you.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how to. Him and Tommy Hearns, they mastered that. They're gonna take your straight line from you, and they're gonna keep on making you reset. Andre Ward was also great at doing that, right? But nobody did it better than James Tony. And personally, you might think I'm crazy for this, but I felt like up until the point where Tony got knocked down, I felt like he was in the fight against Roy. I kept on saying, where was this blowout win by Roy Jones Jr.? He was just whiffing and making it look spectacular. That's it. James Tony said I was never hurt in the fight.
Well, no, he wasn't. He wasn't hurt in the fight.
Yeah.
It's just that he got outboxed, you know, which to have outboxed in his prime James Tony to the degree that Roy was able to pull it off.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
because up until that point, and really not since, nobody has really beaten Tony like Roy did. And when I say beaten, I mean outboxed him.
Michael Nunn.
Michael Nunn got knocked out, and that fight
Michael
was
Nunn,
close.
Michael Nunn was dominating that fight, though.
Oh no, sir! You have to go back and watch that fight.
We can look at that. I'll pull it up tomorrow, and we'll look at it.
I got no
problems. 1 through 6. Michael Nunn dominated. Tony had a good round 7.
First of all, that knockout didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah, he got caught with a brick from the audience. Yeah. He did get caught with that one. Yeah, ain't no doubt about that.
No, sir. That knockout didn't come from nowhere. James Tony had been working on that the whole fight. The fight was one-sided fight because it wasn't. It was a close fight. Now, yeah, Michael Nunn wasn't making it easy. I agree. But James Tony was in the fight. There's no question. There's no question. And I don't see that as having been a one-sided fight. No, fight was close until Michael Nunn got caught. And it really wasn't that he got caught. Tony was breaking him down the whole fight. But we'll go back and watch the fight. And we'll see. Yeah. We'll revisit that.
We'll definitely do that. We'll definitely do that. I always tell people best combination puncher in boxing, as much as people don't like to admit it, was A, Mike Tyson, 2, Sugar Ray Robinson, 3, Oscar De La Hoya. I always say those are the best combination punchers in boxing. And Mike Tyson and De La Hoya.
I'm gonna disagree with you on the third one.
Crippling combinations. I remember they were crippling when De La Hoya put them on you. You know what I'm saying?
So De La Hoya was a one-handed fighter most of his career.
Yeah, he used to be a southpaw.
Jab and a hook.
Yeah.
He had the left jab, he had a left hook. And that was it. He had no right hand. He didn't find his right hand until after he got with Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Well, he used to hook his right hand. He had a right hand, but he used to always hook it. He would never shoot it straight. That's why Ike Corte, who I kept telling everybody, I felt like he won that fight against De La Hoya. He kept walking into his right. He kept walking into his right hand. He was walking because he didn't fear it at all. You know what I'm saying? He knew he wasn't gonna throw it. So yeah, let's definitely do that. Somebody said Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah, pretty good fighter. I felt like he struggled against Duran. He struggled against Tommy Hearns, and he lost that fight against Hagler. I felt he lost against Hearns too. He lost hands down.
He lost that fight. That was a gift. That fight. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't a gift. That was a robbery.
Well,
no way in hell you get knocked down twice in a fight. In you get knocked down twice and you get a draw.
Hurt. And you get a draw. They were trying to set up the Marvin Hagler fight, but what it is what I tell people about that match up right there. Sugar Ray Leonard said, "Yeah, Tommy won that fight. He got me that day." So he's a class act for that.
Hearns was actually winning the first fight when he got caught.
He ran out of gas.
Yeah,
everybody know that. He ran. Remember, Emmanuel Stewart said he usually comes into the fight a big welterweight. He said in this fight he came in a skinny welterweight, which means he burned too much fat prior to that fight. So yeah, man, let's do that because boxing is my love, that and baseball. So yeah, let's do that, man. So I'm gonna get ready to end the stream, guys. Y'all saw it yourself. JJ 7000 is completely nuts. He did not know what he was talking about. He tried to come up there with them niggonomics, and it did not work. All right. With that being said, Fight Doctor, myself, we out. Glad y'all enjoyed the show. This is Aria. Baby. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for watching. AJ7000 is a fraud. Squeeze Lamar, what up, though? Swab, what up, though? Cedric, what up, though? And another PKO, another pseudo knocked out. It is what it is. Don't get mad. Get smart. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. Fucking cash out. Shout out to my sister DOX. Y'all take y'all ass to sleep. Good night. Bastards.